We were all scared the Blue Jays were going to turn into this Juggernaug, and they didn't.
Juggernaug?
No, they had Juggernaug potential.
Is that crazy?
Juggernaug?
Oh, is that the call? I said it like the Call of Duty part. Juggernaut, excuse me.
What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 599, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your soon-to-be 2026 World Series champion, Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building.
In the mother fucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Bags tonight. Baghdad.
Bagzewski.
Back there. Bagzewski, 2K, Baghdad. You know what? They did it.
I knew you were going to do it.
They went out and they got him. They got him.
I wish they got me.
Rafael Devers, see you later. Alex Bregman, who needs him?
Sucks.
Ketel Marte, PU. Eugenio Suarez, Pete Alonso, don't need that guy neither. One more time. Kyle Schwarber, old news. Smell you later. The Red Sox went out and they got their man. It may be a one-year deal, but who's to say that it's not the best 1 year that we've ever had in our entire lives? Who's to say? Who's to say that this couldn't be is this the year? Is this the year that the Red Sox finally get over the hump? And this was the signing to do it. The Red Sox have signed Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to a 1-year contract. Steve?
I was just going to say one more time. I mean, this is a big signing.
It's a big. I don't know if you heard me the first time, but I'll say it again. The Boston Red Sox, they got him. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's here. He'll be here on opening day. And you never know, but it could be a situation where 100, 108, 109, 110 wins. Is that what we're talking about? Is
120
that where we're at right now?
120.
120. So I hate doing this because IKF, super nice guy. Like if and when we get him on the podcast, the first question I'm going to ask is like the timing. How much were you like? Yeah, like the opportunity in Boston would be great, but like, man, the fans are going to be pissed that this is not like the superstar that was promised.
If you heard John Schneider talk about him, dude, IKF, he might kill one of his children to take him in. Like the quotes when they brought him back after claiming him off waivers from the Pirates, and he'd signed that 2-year deal going into 24 with them before they traded him at the deadline. John Schneider thinks he is like the definition of like that grinder, winning glue player. The way we talked probably about Rob Refsnyder, or at least I talked about Rob Refsnyder. So, yes, John Schneider, we're winning the World Series.
Yeah. All right. Well, he's here. So, when the news broke, which at the time of us recording, this was probably like an hour and a half ago-ish, hour and 45 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. I knew that people were going to want me to make some sort of sarcastic remark or like shit on the signing or whatever. But like my first thought outside of what I tweeted was I wish Jerry Remy were here to say his name because I don't know what he would have concocted. But the second thought I was saving for the podcast. And the second thought was this can't be the move. Like, I don't think the Red Sox are going to sell us on this being the move. So I'm not until I hear Craig Breslow sit down in spring training and be like, the roster's set, now we go. Then I'll be upset. But I would have to think that they're still trying to get the guy that we think that they're trying to get. Like, I don't think that this move means that move is now off the table. So I'm kind of just proceeding as if this didn't even happen. It's like, okay, like IKF was on the team last year and he was always going to be here and they still need that guy. Like, that's how I'm proceeding with this mentally so that I don't lose it.
Well, it's the level of move where I almost didn't even want to look at his savant. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what's even the point of looking at the stats here?
Yeah.
You know,
It's an
we all know
all-timer.
he sucks. He sucks. But I will say it was very funny looking at the savant. It's the exact opposite of a bloody savant. If you listen closely, a fart noise goes off when you're looking at it. He doesn't strike out a lot, right, T? But when he makes contact, it's like the worst in baseball. Yeah, the ball doesn't go past the mound. Okay.
The same as
I
striking
think he
out. Maybe
has
worse.
36
Ball goes
career
forward.
homers, 5 of them against the Red Sox. That's the IKF motto. The ball goes forward, brother. Like,
when I swing, ball's going that way, you know?
that would be incredible in the press conference. One thing you can't say about me, ball's not going that way, ball's going this way. Ball's going right in front of me.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, you know, in terms of baseball, that's where you want the ball to go, right?
You want
like,
to go forward. You don't make money when it goes backwards. Like, he's literally first percentile expected slug. And I'm not saying anyone's looking for IKF to hit home runs, even though the Red Sox do need players that can hit home runs. But he's at the bottom of the league in terms of power produced here. Like, what's going on with T's hair right now? What do you got with the hair, T? Does it look weird? You got the poppy out right now? It's just for straight up in the middle there? Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going through things this week. It's been a weird week. Same. Jared?
I was going to ask T, when IKF swings the bat, which way does the ball go?
Forward.
That way.
That way.
Can you point?
That way.
Yeah. That's the, yeah. So, I mean,
I need that from Breslow. Start of spring training. Not only is our roster complete, but when that boy hits that ball, that thing goes forward. All right. That way. And we're feeling good about it.
Yep. Plays good defense, right?
Isn't it average? It's last year he was negative in terms of outs above average, but that was mostly at shortstop. At second and third, 12 DRS. All right. 12 DRS at 2 outs above average and 573 and 2/3 innings at third base. 29 DRS and 29 outs above average and 1,800 innings at second base. And then at shortstop this past year, 1 DRS, -3 outs above average.
Okay.
But outs above average has always graded him at shortstop pretty negatively. More importantly, 2020 Gold Glove winner.
Yeah. 2020 Gold Glove. Yeah. 2020 Gold Glove Award winner. Yeah. Yep.
He can play second and third.
Yes, he can.
He's a World Series player. This is a World Series player. You cannot take that away from him.
Yep.
You'd argue the main reason they lost it.
Yeah.
No.
But there's other reasons. Again, he played in the series.
Yeah. But in order for him to have had that moment, he had to be on base. So
how did he get on?
I'm pretty sure he pinch ran.
Don't look it up. He was on base. Had to be on base in order to be involved in that play.
Was on the base.
Yep.
He was on base. Yeah. During the play, he was on base.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Not the one he needed to be on, but on it.
400 OPS in the playoffs last year.
The Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared, Jared, to get to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. Yeah, they got him. So yeah, he's on the team now, and we're just gonna go with it. And
now we go.
I'm not.
You're not.
No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, Coley, you're not thinking that this signing means that they're not going to trade for someone, right? You're not one of those people. You're smart.
I mean, I don't know who they're Brendan Donovan got traded. So, and I don't know who else.
It was never Brendan Donovan. It was never going to be him.
No, I know. And I wasn't looking for him. But my point is Craig could only trade with 3 guys. And
yeah, that's why. Did you see my tweet today?
No.
I said, I think it's going to be very funny when the Red Sox trade for Isak Paredes in a 3-team deal that involves either the Cardinals or the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could, certainly potentially happen. I'm just so angry. This is the people who were pumped. They traded Devers away should be forced to have IKF jerseys branded on them. They shouldn't be able
pumped?
to take them off. A lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the people within the organization?
both them and fans.
There was a large portion of this fan base that was like, I think he's a fucking loser, a bum. I never want to see his face again. He betrayed us. He let us down. Like, the Red Sox will be better without him, and then tried to justify they were better. In every sense, the minute he left, not acknowledging the pitching staff went from, one of the worst in the league to one of the best.
Sure. Are you guys happy or disappointed that Devers doesn't do any media? Like, the fact that we've never heard from his side how it went down and why it went the way that it went, like, would that information make you even angrier? Are you curious about his perspective? Because people are not going to stop, and they shouldn't. People are not going to stop talking about the Devers trade for quite some time.
You got asked about it on TV today, and I scrolled, I saw that, and I said, it sucks that it has to be Jerry, but they're never going to stop talking about it.
No,
ever.
And they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Yeah,
they shouldn't. Yeah. Objectively, really stupid thing to do. Like, I've been thinking about last offseason a lot, and I was a big Willy Adames guy heading into the offseason. All of our problems would be fixed if they had just done that. Was it an overpay? Sure. Would the team be exponentially better right now? Yeah, objectively. Jerry?
I just want to say this about the Devers trade and the discourse around it. I think it's now that, I don't know if the IKF signing prompts further discussion, sure, whatever. But I think when we haven't done a podcast since the Red Sox traded Jordan Hicks, and we'll talk about that. But the Red Sox trading Jordan Hicks, bringing the Devers trade back to the surface, that I don't understand, because you've got people like Ben Verlander being like, oh, they traded one of their big pieces of the Devers trade, so the trade looks even worse. It's like, well, no. Like, they traded Jordan Hicks because he sucks, number one. And number two, they offloaded his terrible contract, or most of it. Tyler.
You switch fingers.
In the ultimate world where Jordan Hicks, they say, we're good, we don't go that route, they eat some more Devers money in order to get that Kyle Harrison. At the same time, no one put a gun to Craig Breslow's head immediately after making the trade and said, hey, we think this guy's going to be a high leverage reliever. And then they followed to give him opportunities in high leverage where he shit the bed with an 8 ERA and a 6 FIP.
If someone puts up their finger to make a point, I don't think you should be able to put up your finger to interrupt that point. We've never had that happen before, but I think
in terms of jumping the line type of deal.
Actually, you know what? I pinkied it, so I don't think that you shouldn't be able to put up a finger to interrupt a finger. Proceed.
Yeah.
I can see situations where both play.
Yeah.
I thought.
Whoa.
I just get cut again.
T.
That's great.
Coley.
I would rather have Jordan Hicks than IKF on the team by a lot. It's not even close.
That feels like a bad take. Steve?
T.
I
believe the Red Sox thought they were going to get a lot more out of Jordan Hicks when he got here.
You think?
Definitely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it was a guy that they finished runners up to the offseason prior. So, say what you will, this is a guy that you identified and you were like, I know the trade doesn't look great, but maybe there's something we can work here where the contract isn't horrendous, because, we were talking, he had 2 years and $24 million left. Like, if he could get back to being a decent eighth inning arm, the contract isn't the worst thing in the world. Let's not act like it's an albatross. Go ahead.
Yeah, you gotta say my name.
Jared.
Yeah, you mentioned the interest in Jordan Hicks on behalf of the Boston Red Sox, but they were interested in him as a starter, and he came out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. And thank God, thank God, the Red Sox weren't like, man, that bullpen thing didn't work out here. Let's see if he can slot into the rotation in 2026. Thank God that thought never.
They don't get credit for this.
I'm not giving him credit. I'm just thanking God that didn't happen. Because
they took the less terrible situation and had him, fuck up games out of the bullpen instead of starting the game.
Would that have surprised you if they got to spring training and Hicks was still on the team and they were like, yeah, we're going to roll the dice and see if he can make the team as a starter? Like, we'll stretch him out as a starter.
He would be like your 13th starter at this point in time.
They had way too many starters for him to make any sense as a starter on this team.
Right. Well, thank God that they signed Ranger Suarez and Johan Oviedo.
Just brought on 20 starters. They needed the bat. They're like, no, we're going to push Hicksy out of this rotation. We're not even going to allow this team to think that Hicks could start games for him. But Dude, he was so bad last year. I mean, there's certain times with players, and I feel like we'd probably all agree with this, where I don't care how you get him out of town, you just can't have him play for your team anymore. Like, that was the case with Jordan Hicks. He was so atrocious that he had to get out of here. Yeah, that was true. Yeah, they made up the IL, right? What did they even say it was?
They strained his butt cheek.
Because
they told him to go home.
Left cheek. Right.
Yeah, like what date was that? Look that up, T. What date did they tell him to go home? There was still like a month left.
Yeah, there was plenty of time left. Yeah, I actually got a good chuckle, Jared, out of the. You had a quote tweet, a reply to one of the White Sox fans being like, "You don't see this too often. This guy can throw like a 104-mile-an-hour sinker." It's like, buddy, like let me tell you what you're about to experience. You're gonna hate every second of it.
Mm-hmm. September 4th, 2025. They labeled it a shoulder injury. Part of the problem was his fucking body language out there. He looked miserable, and he had already thrown the team and the catcher underneath the bus. Like, going out there and bitching, saying, they're not letting me throw what I want to throw. They're talking sweeper. I like my slider a little bit more. Oh, I should probably shake off the catcher, but I'm trying to let the catcher do his thing here because I don't want to make him uncomfortable. I'm new here, but at the end of the day, I am the one throwing the pitches, so I should probably shake him off if I don't like the pitch. It's like you're blaming everyone but yourself for being complete ass. That's what it was. They're trying to reshape you and make you a productive pitcher again. You're bitching about the way they're doing it. And when you do it your way, guess what? You still blow. So what are we talking about?
He'd also do the excuse thing that I hate where he'd lead with like, of course, got to be better. Like, of course, obviously, got to be better. But then the excuse would come. It's like, dude, just say that you're not living up to the expectation. And the expectation was low. That's the thing. He wasn't even living up to the bar that was extremely low for him when he came over after the first couple outings. He was getting out of those outings too, but it was like bases loaded. I remember who had the crazy, it was Rafaela, had that crazy double play that got him out of another jam. And it's like constantly Hicks finds himself in jams and he creates a lot of them. They'd have situations where he'd come in with guys on. I'm like, this is not it. He can't even do it when the bases are empty. Forget if runners are in scoring position. It was atrocious.
Yeah. And then what was it? We were there for the Royal Series, and that's when like we noticed that after the game, like he left immediately. We were like, that can't be a good sign. Like there's guys that are still in the shower right now, and you're already dressed and out the door. Like usually, guys will hang out, watch video, talk ball, whatever.
And that's typically the dude that like doesn't have time left on the contract, right? That's the guy that gets traded over and it's September and he's like, what? I got a month left. Fuck this. Like he still had, he has still a year left on the contract, year and a half, 2 years left on the contract. So it's like, that's normally not the attitude you see from that kind of guy, but enjoy Chicago. The bad part.
Yeah.
This is what he said about just saying no to the catcher behind the plate or shaking them off. Hicks sometimes hasn't used the pitch he wants because he said, being on a new team and trusting your catcher and just trusting what they might be seeing also. I feel like I'm kind of in that middle ground. It's a gray area, getting caught in between that Hicks needs and wants to escape. It's more seeing how dominant in my eyes the fastball has been, how late everybody is on it. Why am I even throwing anything else when the only hits they've really gotten off the fastball have been through the shift and in the infield, on the ground? And then went on to cry about the Sox suggesting he'd mix in that sweeper. So, like, take accountability for just not being good. You're sitting here saying, well, I don't want to shake the catcher off. At the end of the day, throw what you want to fucking throw if you're out there. Like, the results are on you. And whatever you were throwing sucked. So you clearly needed help. There's a reason you were in this position in the first place. What you were doing was not working.
And I saw a lot of people crying about Sandlin. I know people liked him a lot.
I like that.
I don't care. Jordan, like we're talking about how bad Jordan Hicks was. The Red Sox were like, well, at least we got Sandlin, and he still hasn't thrown a pitch for the fucking Red Sox. So I'm all set.
Well, I mean, he could have.
He didn't. He was actively much worse in AAA than even Hicks was in the majors.
But, you can obviously see a guy's trying to figure something out down there.
So I would rather have him is he like 25?
Salen, yeah.
Yeah, it's figured out.
Yeah, he'll be 25 in 17 days. I think for Sandlin this year, like it was nice to see him get on a nice run starting wise, like down at AA, 17 games, 13 starts, 3.61 ERA, started actually working a little deeper into games, but I think everyone envisioned him as a reliever more likely than not. And when he failed to adjust to that role, it scared some people. I don't hold it too much against him. I still think he's probably going to end up being like a 7th inning-ish reliever. But at the same time, like he was that kind of project you brought in when you flipped him for John Schreiber and got him here because you were so desperate to get arms with that kind of talent. the system's just in a completely new place at this point in time. And it's nice when his stuff was really peaking, especially a year ago, and we were seeing him hit triple digits, but you got a lot of arms now. And even with all the trades you made, he was still starting pitcher 11, 12.
I don't think anyone looked at him as a potential starting pitcher, though. Like, it was always on the path of becoming a back-end reliever type.
I think it depends on the organization. I do think there's some that would look at him and be like...
If he was here, I think we all would have thought, like, yeah, if he was going to make an impact with the big league club, it was going to be as a reliever.
I think that's where we are today. I think a year ago, there were people hoping he'd be a legit pitching prospect in the rotation for you.
Maybe. I never felt that way, but...
It is crazy. In 20 appearances with the Red Sox for Jordan Hicks, only 2 of them were clean innings. At least one person got on base in 18 out of 20 appearances, and I believe there were 41 guys that got on base in 20 games. Like, that is just...
It's not good,
It's absolutely atrocious. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's not good at all. Yeah, but again, back to the point that I made earlier, it was really disturbing to see how many people brought up the Devers thing after the Hicks trade. Like, it was like, oh, and that was one of the guys they got for Devers, and that didn't work out. It's like, it was always part of the salary dump conversation. It's like, you gave up a contract that you didn't like and took on a player that the Giants didn't like his contract, and the Red Sox are like, you know what? We hate his contract too. So
they did like the player, though. I think you're giving the Red Sox a bit of a free pass.
What do you mean? I'm not. Yeah, like, I'm sure
they wanted Jordan Hicks for sure.
They believed they were going to get him to turn things around. You don't call him a dominant late inning reliever for no reason. They thought he was going to come here and play a nice role and not have to start and maybe get closer to what he was in St. Louis. And in all reality, not only did that contract suck, he made it worse. So you had to give up more in order to get this deal done.
Sure.
He was less valuable than he was the day he landed with the Red Sox.
Correct. We agree.
That's it.
I would have rather him been on the roster this year. And if it didn't work, if it didn't click after a full off season, just DFA him. Especially if people feel that strongly about Sandlin, which most people do.
Yeah.
Because, like, what did they say? Right now, it's literally just a tax saving dump.
Yeah, they got under the second luxury tax threshold.
Yeah, they use that space to sign IKF. That's where it's just like, I'd rather have the other guys.
You can play this constant game of, should an organization like the Boston Red Sox be shipping out a prospect like David Sandlin to shed money, along with 2 prospects to be named later. You got Gage Zeal, and you're going to get a prospect to be named later coming here as well. But you're also sending 2 other pieces out in this deal. But that's what you're going to do because they were, right in that like 268, 269 area before they ended up making this deal. If they make another signing, if IKF is all it is and you get to like 270, 271, that's one thing. But if they were to make another move, I don't think anyone's expecting them to go above 284. But last time we heard any reporting on the second luxury tax threshold, it was they didn't want to deal with that 12% surcharge because in their eyes, that's when the Red Sox start getting into the red.
Which is bullshit because,
of course,
like we all see the revenue, like Forbes every single fucking year. It's like, yeah, the Red Sox made $600 million. They spent 250.
They're in the red, though.
But if they spend fucking 285, how are they going to make any money? It's like, come on.
Yeah, which I do want to say something about that, too, because people are always like, well, what do you want to spend every penny? No, but they're obviously leaving a lot to be desired on what they could spend to be legitimately competitive for a championship. That's all I want. I don't need a championship every year. I just want them to care.
Easily.
Yeah. You're the fucking Boston Red Sox. They could be one of the, it's not like it's uncharted waters anymore. You could be a team that is around $300 million for a payroll and be a profitable operation. Like we see what the fucking revenue is. We see that. And you know how you make even more revenue? You make the playoffs and you win a fucking World Series. You know how you win a World Series? You spend with the top dogs in Major League Baseball. Right now, you're not really doing that. You're just you're hovering around the outside circle of the top spenders. Steven?
Very important stat correction here is 21 appearances, not 20. So 3 clean innings for Jordan Hicks.
Better the more we talk about him.
The more we talk about him, this trade sucks. Like we just got rid of one of our best pitchers, so I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It is tough when both of those things happen on the same day, right? Where Suarez was like 4 hours later, 5 hours later, Eugenio with the Reds. Because I'm thinking, oh, you're clearing up some money. The second I start trying to play GM, I'm like, well, that's not going to happen. There's absolutely no chance that they're going to do the thing that kind of seems to make a lot of sense right now.
Well, I will say what kind of like leveled me was the fact that the Reds immediately were like, he's going to DH for us. Like even the Reds were like, we signed him and we're not going to put him at third base. So
they have infielders.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, like they have obviously.
We have IKF.
Where they have Cabrian Hayes, right?
Yeah, who's the best defensive third baseman like ever.
Yeah,
like, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, the team that did end up signing Eugenio Suarez is like your DH. So yeah, again, there was no perfect option after Alex Bregman signed with the Cubs. There was always going to be whoever the guy is coming after that. There was going to be something that you point to and say, well, this wouldn't have been the best fit for what the Red Sox need right now. So they did that to themselves. And I don't want to rehash the Bregman stuff all over again, but absolutely the Red Sox did this to themselves. But for whatever reason, call me an idiot, call me naive, I'd like to think that one more move is still coming. That's not like I didn't hear anything. Like I'm looking at the roster and it's like, I'm not even saying like, you know, it's going to be like before spring training starts or whatever. Just at some point they're going to have to add that guy.
Well, this is where you kind of just like run into this weird feeling or like headspace. And that's kind of what I'm in right now between the report we got this morning, which I don't know. I just think kind of started the day on a weird note and sent everyone spinning. But Katie Wu and Will Salmon being like, while they're looking at right-handed infielders and looks like they were talking to IKF, man. Like that was the conversation they were having. They're also exploring a right-handed hitting outfielder. It's just weird trying to fit all these pieces when you start talking about it right now. Because I think, at least for me, I don't want to speak for everyone because some people I think were very confident that Marcelo Meyer was going to face righties and lefties this year, and they were going to let him go do his thing despite the beat really pushing back against it. But we all had Romy and Marcelo. It's just, if you bring IKF into the mix here, is it a platoon with Nick Sogard? Is it a platoon with David Hamilton? Like, say what you will about Eugenio Suarez, his market did collapse. He got 1 year, $15 million. And I think that's what many people are saying. Well, if that's the case, are you willing to maybe let go of that really bad April with Suarez in his defense, or you're willing to have a K percentage in the top 5 to 6 of the league? Maybe, because the money starts to make a little bit more sense. But trying to fit all these pieces, it doesn't feel like they fit right now. And that's why I'm holding out hope for that kind of move or something else. Because like we heard Ramon Urias yesterday, right? From Chris Cotillo saying like they were lukewarm. Well, if you were lukewarm on him, but you're hot on IKF, I'm kind of like
horned up for IKF.
Yeah, like I'm kind of like, all right, like these are both guys whose strongest trait at this point is their defense. He's been less volatile than Urias over time, but Urias has also shown more upside with the bat.
Is IKF like a good pitcher?
Must be. There's got to be something we're missing here.
There. He has pitched, I believe.
No, I'm not being sarcastic. I think like that's something he's done.
You guys want the line? Wow. We got an ace on our hands.
What is
2.70 ERA and 6 2/3 with a 3.82 FIP, a 1.4 K per 9, and a 2.7 walk per 9.
It's not a 0.
He's better than Jordan Hicks.
Hey, don't mention the innings, and this is going well. This deal makes a lot of sense.
I don't know. How do you guys see it fitting? Like, what's the puzzle look like to you guys? Because, like, I just keep trying to do it in my head, and it doesn't work.
I feel like we got a bunch of pieces from, like, different boxes. You know what I mean? Like, they're different pictures entirely, and there's no way if like the picture you want is all the fellas holding up the commissioner's trophy, they didn't get that puzzle for Christmas. They got one from the Salvation Army that has a bunch of used and taped pieces.
It's like a Barbie with a tail.
What?
Like if you got like toys, like people just like fused together. What do you call the little baby spider from Toy Story?
What's going on right now? What are these words that are being said?
Do you know what I'm talking about? The little like it walks around.
Barbie tail baby spider Toy Story.
It just looks like a toy where you like fuse some weird ass pieces together, and you're like, boom, that's the Red Sox infield. Look at it.
If your neighbor who is clearly some sort of sick, demented child was running the Red Sox, this is what the team would look like. Yeah.
Like I was gonna say, like remember when Theo Epstein ran out on the Red Sox and there was just no one to be the GM. But in fairness, it was Jed Hoyer and Ben Cherington. So you had two future GMs that were calling the shots, and they did pull off the Hanley, Josh Beck, and Mike Lowell trade. That's almost
Guillermo
how this
Moda.
huh?
And Guillermo Moda.
Yeah. This offseason has felt like it's being run by like an interim GM, where it's like, all right, it feels like a lot of just like, what's this about? You know, what's going on here?
It does kind of feel like it's someone that has meetings with another company and it's like, fucking get Ranger Suarez. I don't know, whatever. Yeah. So as I was saying, like, it's just, this is not like the priority. It's like, we didn't get Bregman. I didn't even like Bregman anyway. Yeah, let's just do pitching. I was a little worried the more, and again, we've mentioned on this program before of like, don't look in too much to what Breslow says, because he says one thing, something completely different is going to happen. Obviously with Dombrowski, it was completely different, but he was, the way he was talking about the Suarez edition, the Rangers Suarez signing, almost felt kind of definitive. Like there was a way of looking at it where it's like, in his mind, he doesn't have to make another move if he's kind of saying it like this. Because the phrase he kept going back to was like, every single night, like, we're going to feel like whoever's on that mound gives us a great chance to win. And it's not necessarily going to come down to needing to hit a bunch of homers or drive in a bunch of runs. And it's like, if that's genuinely where you feel like the team is at right now, you don't have enough guys in the lineup. Every version of this lineup I try to put together, I'm like, it's incomplete. It doesn't, there's not enough juice. You try to get to a certain number of just runs in your head, or, even just looking at what core is filling out every day, he's got to feel like this is the final product I got to deal with.
The lineup looks like the day after you clinched lineup. Like when you try to put together a lineup, it's like, we clinched the division last night so we can rest our guys. Or it's like it's a mid-August lineup when you've got 3 of your top bats that are on the IL because they're banged up from 3.5 months of baseball. Like that's what the finished product right now looks like. And that's
the everyday lineup is a hangover lineup. That's what they have right now for 162.
Yeah.
Even
just platoons everywhere.
Yeah. Even trying to figure out the platoon, like the last 2 years, IKF has been a reverse splits guy. For his career, it's pretty similar for WRC plus, but no, but just 2024 was 101 against righties. Lefties, it was 71.
Did you say 2021?
2024, excuse me.
Okay.
Against righties, it was 101. Against lefties, it was 71. In 25, it was 86, and then 46.
Yeah, so these are all bad. So
even if you're trying to have the platoon conversation, it doesn't really make sense unless you had something along the lines of like, we're going to have Marcelo and Romy at third, and we end up making this trade for someone. Then if you had IKF in the background just as a regular utility player, it's like, okay, like, would he have maybe been my first pick? I don't know. But as a, go play second, third, short, we can make this work. You could see where it makes some sense. It's just right now, when you look at the roster and you try to fit the pieces together, it looks very weird. And at the end of the day, how much is that worth compared to a Nick Sogard or David Hamilton, who IKF's probably strongest thing against them is that he can play a better shortstop than those two?
My patience is being tested in a way that I don't think it's ever been tested before as a Red Sox fan.
What's the move that could happen where you're like pumped though?
Yeah, that's why patience, I don't know if is the word, right? Because wouldn't it have run out by now if there's not the obvious choice of who's going to solve it?
Well, I think the Astros GM over there was very non-committal about Paredes being put. He was kind of like, like we expect him to be here, and that's what it is for now. Like it was very wishy-washy about it. He didn't say we're not trading the player. He was just like, well, we're going into camp and we expect him to be there, and that's what the deal is at the moment. So I think he can still be had, but I think where there's cause for concern is the fact that it's fucking February 4th and nothing has gotten close. Like a lot of the discussion, it's been like, like the Red Sox want the player. The Astros need an outfielder. The Red Sox have too many outfielders. The Astros have too many infielders. So it's a perfect fit, but it's not going anywhere. Why isn't it going anywhere? It's probably because of the Red Sox. Like the Red Sox are probably the team that's not playing ball here. So that's why it's like, all right, like Paredes is still available. You still need an infielder. It seems like a fit. So in my mind, I'm like, it could happen. But if there's no progress being made and pitchers and catchers report in less than a week now, like, it's a little hard to have faith that it's going to happen. But logic and reason would tell you, it has to happen. Like The Red Sox, like we can be super critical about the moves that have been made or have not been made, but I'd like to think that the people in the front office are looking at the same lineup that we're looking at and saying, yeah, this isn't good. You know, we need to do something about this. What are we going to do? And there can't be a single person in that front office that's sitting there saying, if this is the team, I feel good about that. Like if the season started today, I feel good about where we're at. And if you do feel that way, then I don't want you working for my baseball team, because this team is not, it's not complete. It's incomplete.
Well, I do think they look at where they were last year and we go to what they did at the trade deadline, right? What were they focusing on? It was Joe Ryan, right?
A nap.
Right.
It wasn't, a nap, correct.
Dinner.
Hey, who knows? Derek Felvey might be joining this front office and working as a special assistant soon. But you look at where they were at the trade deadline last year, post Devers, and
Framber Valdez to the Tigers.
Wow.
Ooh,
that must mean that
they won.
That they beat Scooble.
Oh, God.
Or they lost and they're trading him imminently.
How many years?
3 for $115.
Great that he's not going to the Orioles. That's a win. American League remains tough. What was I saying? Yeah, you go back to the trade deadline last year and what their focus was, right? And it was Joe Ryan. Right. They weren't looking to add a significant bat. That never seemed to be really at the top of their mind. If you just operate with the idea that Wilson Contreras is going to step in for what production you got from Alex Bregman last year, now with a better pitching staff, that's clearly a combination, a team they thought was capable of making a run and going far if they were able to pull that all off, because Craig Breslow was going to be shaking ass if he was able to land Joe Ryan. I wonder if that's just how they view it, where they're happy having this kind of like mediocre, like somewhere between like 12 to 15 WRC plus team. I think they were 14th in WRC plus after Alex Bregman or after Devers got traded last year. I think they believe with a better pitching staff, hey, let's get to the deadline and go from there. And that's what worries me. You should aim higher. If you're going to talk about not wanting to run it back, on wanting to push to a new level, you should be more aggressive than that. And there was a simple way to do that. That's what Bregman was. That's what plan A was. And I think they're finding out, yeah, you can pivot to Ranger Suarez, but you had a lot of boxes to check, and it's a lot harder to do that when your original plan that you spent more than half the offseason letting play out and you felt confident in, when it doesn't work out for you, you get fucked.
Well, let me ask you, Tyler. Do you think that they pull off a trade for somebody? I mean, we haven't even said the name Nico Hoerner.
We heard from Spear last on that on Sunday in his baseball notes, and he said the Red Sox have talked to the Cubs about Shaw and Nico Hoerner. The same kind of thing where the Cubs don't feel like they have to move him, but they haven't shut down the conversation either. Nico Hoerner has been my favorite name out of this group that we've kind of talked about, because I still think you're getting a boost to your lineup. It's a guy who's better than a league average hitter, 114 OPS plus last year, and one of the best defensive second basemen in the entire sport, if not the best. I think it fits what you're trying to do here, and you're getting some solid OBP skills along with that. I also think in a lot of ways he carries some Bregman leadership qualities and is kind of this like fire starter, this guy that can kind of just energize the entire team. And I don't think it hurts to bring those guys in right now, because you lost a couple major guys in Ref Snyder and Bregman this past year. And the Cubs want young pitching. We know what they like, and Breslow has a relationship with that organization. It's just, if you're the Cubs and you're trying to win, the best route for you is to keep Nico Hoerner.
It's the only team in that division he hasn't made a trade with, right?
No, he has made a deal with them, Garrett Cooper.
Who could forget?
Big Coop.
I mean, I feel like I don't even have to ask you, Coley.
About what?
Do you think that they'll still make a trade for the missing piece?
I mean, I guess that was what I was asking you. Like, I don't know that there is like this magical missing piece. I don't think that exists.
You wouldn't be happy with Nico Hoerner or
definitely not Hoerner. No,
it's not perfect. You're going to have to give up a lot for a guy that you're going to have to figure out a contract extension with.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, yeah,
that's why I don't like it.
Hoerner is obviously like a good baseball player. He hit 7 home runs last year. Like, I don't know that the second base defense is that upgradable from their current projected opening day second baseman, which is Ceddanne Rafaela. So I don't, like, is he better defensively? Yeah, for sure. Does it cost something in terms of like valuable prospects and an offseason where you've just stripped yourself of most of the depth that you've built. Like whoever they trade next in that deal is going to hurt in a way that I have no interest in a 1 year. What gives you the idea that Craig Breslow is going to be able to extend Nico Hoerner? He didn't do it with Bregman.
No,
you wouldn't know.
Different player, different agent. Not a Boris guy, but
I like Shaw because, like, I've seen a lot of people be like, "Oh, he sucked." Like he was a rookie last year. Like that means nothing to me. Matt Shaw has like been connected to the Red Sox kind of since he was Matty Shaw. I don't know when he dropped the Y. I don't know that it's tenable to have he and some of the other thought leaders on the team in the same locker room. I don't think that's a good idea. In an ideal world, they'd be traded for one another. I think if you get too many of those guys in the same room, it is officially a clan. So I don't know that that's something I want in the locker room. However, the talent's undeniable. Like he's really, really good. Like they don't fucking just hit auto stack all the prospects in baseball. Like I understand you don't want to be the number one only prospect guy, but like Matt Shaw is objectively like a really, really good baseball player and is under control for 4 more years? Yeah, I would be, if we're trading a young pitcher, I would not do that for Nico Hoerner in a way that I would for Matt Shaw. I don't know that fixes everything for this year though. That's like a long-term play, which I'm also fine with.
To me, Nico Hoerner just checks off the boxes of you're getting the plus defender you want, you're getting decent OBP skills, and you're getting a bat that is an upgrade. That's something that is going to push your lineup along. The only thing you're not getting is power. And that's where you're going to sit there and have that conversation. I'm sitting here, and while I think power is important, I'm not saying that, we've talked about the postseason numbers. Breslow spoke about them themselves. Still, I think you're a better lineup than you were at the end of last year if you were to add a Wilson Contreras and a Nico Hoerner. Because essentially at that point, even if you're just drawing it fair on the Bregman and Contreras front, if you can get what Hoerner did this past season, that's a valuable player, and you could do more on the base paths with that too. And go search for power at the deadline. I don't think that's out of the question. And I think Wilyer Abreu is capable of 30 home runs. It's just you're putting so much on Roman Anthony again to be this MVP candidate, this absolute power source. And we've seen even in the minors, the power is there. We know it's all there, but he goes through stretches where he fucking hits the baseball into the ground. And to give him no room for that error, I don't like that. Another quality bat in the lineup gives you some space, though.
We're at the point now, though, you can't, and with past Red Sox leadership groups, whatever, GMs, PBO, whatever the hell you want to name yourself, I would feel a lot better about let's wait till the deadline. Like with the current setup, like why would we feel good about them getting the right bat at the trade deadline? Like that's just, we all know that's probably not going to happen. If anything, he'd be probably more inclined to get more pitching on this roster. So I don't know. It's super underwhelming as an offseason. You look at the lineup, the thing that concerns me the most is just needing career years from the majority of your lineup. Like you look at Roman, I know you mentioned it. We've talked about it all offseason. They basically need him to get MVP votes the way they're building this lineup right now. Trevor Story has to repeat what he did last year. That's a huge question mark. Jarren Duran has to go in the right direction instead of regressing for second year in a row. Contreras needs to be really good. Abreu can have 30 homers, needs to have 30 homers. That's kind of what it turns into when you have this lineup on opening day.
No?
It kind of is.
Casas.
I think
Casas is
like
going to miss all of April, they said. Casas is going to miss the whole first month.
Listen, so we know Wilyer is going to miss time too. So their hopes are also going to be hurt.
And we also know Marcelo's going to miss time, and they're expecting him to play a big role in this roster as it's currently constructed.
Wilyer missed time, but he still kind of came close-ish to 30. No
doubt.
And he's going to face lefties this year. So does that accelerate the injuries? I don't know. You can have that conversation. All I'm saying is you had the 14th best offense and you lost Roman Anthony for a month. You lost Wilyer Abreu for a month down the stretch. There were things. Alex Bregman was not a great hitter from essentially August on, or at least after the first week of August on. And you were still able to be better than 16 other teams in baseball. And you do play in an environment at Fenway that's going to elevate some of these offensive stats. I think the lineup is a bit better than people are giving it credit for overall. It's just the margin for error is just very thin, and that's what should worry you.
The Fenway Park is obviously important, but again, like you need to get to the deadline and then be like, let's address it now. Who's going to feel good about that? Like, no one's going to feel confident.
At the end of the day, if you can't operate the trade deadline, you're never going to win a World Series. So like that is what it is.
Big
Craig
picture
Breslow's going to have to figure that out. But getting there and getting another opportunity, I prefer that instead of you bottoming out before then. And I'm not there yet with this team. I think some people look at the lineup and they're saying like, I don't know. They're not going to make the playoffs. There's no way they can go. I think you could get by to the deadline right now. I just think it's irresponsible, and based off your wording, the start of the offseason, it's straight up embarrassing.
You can get by. I mean, this lineup can survive in the American League, but what are we talking about? Like, the Red Sox lineup can survive in the AL. That's how we have to talk about our team now. That's what drives me nuts. Like, those are the go-to lines when people ask us, but what's up with you guys this offseason? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I don't know what's up. Like, we're adding pitching when they needed a power bat. Of course, extra arms and getting a legitimate arm like Suarez is great, but it just sucks when we have to talk about the thing we care the most about. We're in like defensive mode every single time. That's still the case.
You just said you didn't want to run it back, and offensively, you're running it back at this point. That's just what it is.
I'm not even in defensive mode. I'm in confusion mode.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like nothing about what's happening. I'm like, yeah, but you know, if this and this happens, then look out. I'm more just like, where's the offensive piece that you acknowledge that this team needed? Like, where is that guy? and for, I don't want to say talking a big game, but for openly acknowledging that piece was necessary, why aren't you still like, is that like a leverage play that you're not still saying like, yeah, like we still need a middle of the order bat? Did Breslow not say that in early December? Isn't that what he said? And they still don't have that guy.
Well, I think they
would. It was November.
Yeah, I think they would point to you and say, well, essentially everything that's been reported out there, Spear doubled down this in his notes column, they're not prioritizing that anymore. They're prioritizing defense and run prevention.
I'm going to find
strong OBP skills.
Oh, right here. December 8th. Finding somebody in the middle of the order who hits balls out of the park is a really good place to start. December 8th.
I think Contreras is that guy.
No, they would, because they'd go, look at the air pull rate. We believe this guy, even though he's maxed out at 24 homers in a season, I think they believe he can hit 30 at Fenway.
Okay.
It's just, once again,
but
you should be all in at this point in time.
Jared.
Because you didn't bring back Bregman, Wilson Contreras' bat is essentially replacing Bregman, and you would acknowledge that you were a bat short last year, so you're still not at the point where you said you needed to be.
Which
like
is, they'd follow up, I think, and this is where you follow the reporting, they've changed what they've been saying. They've changed even that, like what's come out reportedly from what they're hearing. They are not targeting those same things at this point in time. Yeah. And I think that's the problem.
Well, because they don't exist.
And exactly. You let the offseason play out. You made an embarrassing offer to Pete Alonso, never made an offer to Kyle Schwarber, and you didn't make an offer to Eugenio Suarez at the end of the day. Like, they put themselves in a position where their pivot essentially had to be Ranger Suarez, and now they're going down this route. And they told you, we believe we need a number 2 pitcher. In their eyes, they got 2 number 2 pitchers this offseason. They got Sonny Gray and they got Ranger Suarez. And you can agree or disagree with it. I think that's the way they would sell it to you. That's the way they would
a TBD.
Present
like,
it.
They could be right. They could be right about that. I'm not going to say unequivocally they're wrong about that. But I don't know. Coley, if the Red Sox had the exact same offseason that they had, but they also were able to re-sign Alex Bregman, how many wins would you peg them to have right now?
So you're saying Suarez too?
Everyone. Yep. The exact same offseason, and they bring back
IKF.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, is IKF in this too?
Yeah, still in the mix.
With IKF, like 72. Without IKF, probably like 89.
That's actually where it's at right now. I think Vegas has it at 89.5.
So then it has to be higher than that.
But that reality doesn't exist.
Bregman's not a break-even player.
Oh,
with Bregman, I think his team could win like 96 games.
But the idea of Suarez and Bregman doesn't exist. You were never getting both.
For the exercise too. Let's just say it's the same thing plus Bregman.
Same offseason, but you bring back Bregman. How many wins?
Right now, do you just throw Alex Bregman on this team? I'll go 94 wins.
Steven?
I'll take 96.
96 wins. I'm
very excited. That's the thing that sucks is like I'm very excited about the rotation. Like genuinely, I'm excited to see how this plays out and seeing some of these pitching matchups we're gonna have. It's like, oh yeah, feel good about the Sox, and then all right, bottom of the first, here we go, Roman Anthony, and fucking take your guess. I don't know who's after him, but
that's why it's frustrating here to look at whether it's Hoerner or Paredes. Like, even if you have to suck it up a little bit and you're making a deal you're uncomfortable with, to be able to enter the year with a rotation that is significantly better than it was a year ago. A lineup that, whether you add Paredes or Hoerner along with Contreras, you could say is better. And then the bullpen, you need a left-handed reliever, whatever. But you might be throwing Cutter Crawford in there, and that might give that bullpen a chance to be better. You could sit there and say, damn, this team actually got better, and look around the American League. We were all scared the Blue Jays were going to turn into this Juggernaug, and they didn't.
Juggernaug?
No, they had Juggernaug potential.
Is that crazy?
Juggernaug?
Oh, is that the call? I said it like the Call of Duty part. Juggernaut, excuse me. I was playing zombies the other day.
There's Juggernaugs in the league.
Sorry. Jesus. But we were all scared the Blue Jays were going to turn into that team, or would the Yankees actually like nut up and go get Kyle Tucker, and they didn't. Now with the Tigers, to their credit, adding Framber Valdez, that makes them a decent chunk more scary, but I'm still not shaking in my boots at them.
They're not a Juggernaug.
Like you were hoping.
I wouldn't call them a nog by any stretch of the definition.
Not even a jugger, yeah.
But there was a pathway for, I don't know, you just look at this offseason where you could have really taken a step and put yourself in a class that could have gone against anyone, and instead it feels like they're settling for the wild card area. And they said they didn't want to do that at the start of the offseason, yet here we are.
So you're the most focused. Sorry, Cole. You're the most focused on every word that's said by these people in the front office. I would argue in this space, I think you are more locked in than anybody on every single quote. Yet I still think you put too much into what they say, because you know all the words and all the BS that they're capable of saying. Yet you'll reference it as like, oh, well, they said this and it didn't end up being that way.
No, it's holding them accountable for what they're saying.
Oh, which is fair. It's just we hear all this shit all the time, and it's like, yeah, well, they've been settling for wild card as the ceiling for years.
But we saw, and we go back a year ago, there was a change in language that we all acknowledged. The dial turning to the present. This offseason, Breslow saying, oh, we're not running it back. We don't believe these things. At the end of the day, if we're going to hold them accountable, you take their words and you throw them in their face and say, all right, this is what you said. Why haven't you been able to get there? And I think that's the best way to, go to Sam Kennedy, to go to Craig Breslow and approach these issues we have as a fan base with them. Because if you're going to keep talking and spewing this bullshit, if you're going to have Sam Kennedy a couple years ago saying fans are liars and they don't know what they're talking about, if we have the quotes and we can bring them to your face and you can't answer for them, what more needs to be said? Then you can't try to push whatever fucking narrative you feel like because, oh, you didn't get the job done, or you came up short, or you just didn't want to spend the money to get there. You weren't willing to be as aggressive as those top 5 teams, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, these clubs, the Blue Jays and the Yankees that are just willing to go around $300 million and go over the luxury tax every, year of this CBA. Why can't you be on that level? And that's where we are. Those are the conversations Red Sox fans are going to have, because still, you're at $260 million right now. I think that's 6th or 7th in baseball. And there's a way to get to another level. You had ways all off season, and yet we're here on February 4th and you're not there. That's extremely disheartening.
I get the concept of like holding them accountable, but it just doesn't make a difference in their actions, Like I feel like we can say whatever we want and like, hey, you said this like 3 months ago. It's like, well, whatever. It's clearly that doesn't light a fire under their ass. So if anything, as a fan, you lose that energy and that like ferocity to be like, all right, well, if we really take our notes here and really keep track of where they're going with this, then we'll have a good idea what the future is going to be. We have no idea what the future is going to be. I mean, even just seeing the Ranger Suarez signing, I was like, what the fuck? Ranger Suarez? I was pumped about it, but I was like, when the hell did they ever mention they were going after Ranger Suarez? So you just never know what the next move is going to be. And that indecisiveness, that unknown feeling as a fan just blows. And we've had it for far too long.
And the craziest thing, we're sitting here, and if they traded for Paredes tomorrow, how are people feeling? Obviously, the trade package would have to be a conversation. Yeah. Who knows what's going out? But if you were to trade for Paredes tomorrow, and I'd assume Duran would be on the way out, like that creates a role for Yoshida on the team, and how you want to equal out those bats, how different from each other you think they are. I think some people would say, maybe 10% better for Duran, maybe even less if you're lower on him. I don't know. Would you be thrilled with this offseason? Would you at least grade it a B if they got Paredes tomorrow?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. It would be probably BB plus, somewhere in that range.
And these are the conversations we're having right now. And those options are still on the table. And to be fair, it was February 15th last year when they signed Alex Bregman. So
there's still
that's
time.
what's on the table
here. They know
that's
it's not a complete lineup. They know it's not a complete lineup. I think they're aware of that. Everyone always wants to be like, oh, these guys are fucking morons. It's like, no, they know, which makes it worse probably, that they're aware that this product is an incomplete product. So I'm sure there's going to be attempts to make those kind of moves, but I always get worried about, we have that at home. That mentality of, nope, we can figure this out. It's like, well, you can't. If the point is to win World Series titles or at least get there with the Dodgers, then this obviously isn't going to do it.
I would call the Giants and see.
They're having a shit off season too.
I know. I would see if Matt Chapman was available.
Mr. Batting Average. Good for them.
Logan Webb is going to fucking kill somebody. He might take a life this year.
What you looking up, Jerry?
I'm crafting a tweet. I said, imagine telling back-to-back Cy Young Award winner and model citizen Tarek Skubal, who bleeds Detroit blue, that you're planning on slandering him in court so you can pay him $19 million instead of $32 million, but have no issue with paying Framber Valdez $38 million a year over 3 years.
Yeah, doing that while they're in court, basically signing his replacement is some nasty work.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what's not nasty work? Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because even if you love beer, there are some moments that you want to enjoy a non-alcoholic drink. Celebrate those times with Blue Moon's non-alcoholic Belgian white Belgian style wheat brew. It's for when you want to drink a non-alcoholic version of your favorite beer. T, how many Blue Moons you plan on having this weekend?
1,000.
That's not responsible. Do you have any plans this weekend?
Sleep.
Okay.
Sleep in 1,000 moons.
Very busy with the Super Bowl right now. Very busy at work.
Yeah, I saw that. The Patriots made it, huh?
That's what they're saying.
Yep. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a Belgian white, Belgian-style wheat brew that tastes like drinking, even if it's not, crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. It tastes balanced and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian-style wheat brew. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon non-alcoholic Belgian white, Belgian-style wheat brew delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Non-alcoholic malt beverage contains less than 0.5% alcohol per volume.
Suck one.
T, just out of curiosity, did you have notes for this show beyond IKF and like Paredes? What's on there? Just out of curiosity.
I got 4 pages.
Jesus.
Hold on. I had a lot on the Jordan Hicks stuff. I do think there is an interesting angle there too about Jordan Leisure. That whole conversation about the Red Sox having serious conversations about potentially getting him back, because he's honestly very Craig Breslow in terms of what he does out there. Guy who's 91st percentile extension, 3.19 expected ERA. It was a 3.92 ERA and a 4.49 FIP. But entering his age 27 season, 11.3 K per 9, kind of this big righty, nasty slider, 40% whiff rate. That's the kind of move that would make you better this upcoming year. And moving forward, if you're trying to piece together this entire picture, but it would also probably make it less likely for the Zach Kellys or the Ryan Watsons of the world to kind of break through. But I don't know, just a potential pathway where the Red Sox were going to have to eat more money or give up more in return to get him, but an arm I really liked. We haven't touched on Gage Zeal yet either from the Hicks trade itself and what the Red Sox got back.
For good cause, yeah.
I don't know. I think an arm. I'm not saying he's going to turn into
Definitely
something insane or whatever, but
he can throw.
That is correct. But very heavy sweeper cutter kind of guy, throws them about 70% of the time when you can combine both of them. Not much on the fastball velo at 92, 6 foot, 223. So not a big extension guy, not one of these big body types, but more of a pitchability type if they can get a couple ticks on the fastball. And John Holobitz, who they brought in this past year, the player to be named later in the Brewers trade, I do wonder if could you see a kind of velocity gain this year that ups his stock a little bit? I have the Eugenio Suarez stuff. The Alex Spear notes. I mentioned Derek Falvey already. Spear just said this. Go ahead, Coley.
Did you get the breaking news that just happened?
No.
Huge news for the Sox.
What is it?
They no longer have a scheduled doubleheader against the Mariners.
Wow.
That was MLS shit, right? Or World Cup?
World Cup.
We'll take that as a win.
So that's big.
Wait, what was that? It
was a scheduled doubleheader in June in Seattle because the World Cup is there.
Oh, and it's too close to that stadium.
I have no idea.
Does that even make sense? The World Cup's happening like kind of close, so like we can't be playing ball today. That's not happening.
It's in LA. They're like, we
it gets like dangerous though with World Cup shit. Like they bring a different vibe to the party.
So is it at Lumen Stadium then?
Yeah,
because those are right next to each other, the Mariners and the Seahawks. But
I don't. Do they share a parking lot or anything like that? Because then
I'm sure they share a lot of parking. Yeah.
Then,
I've never been to the Big S before, but aren't they right next to each other?
The Big S? That's what they call it?
Seattle?
That what?
The Big S.
The C?
I would have thought that I thought that there was like a building and that was called the Big S or something. You're referring to the city itself?
Correct.
Yeah. That's what people call it.
It's Big Y, the grocery store.
Been there.
Question?
Well,
can you do the question again, T? Can you say it again, T?
Yeah, do the question again.
Aren't the stadiums right next to each other?
Yeah, that's what I said right before you asked it.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I was reading my notes.
No, they're super close. You honestly could like throw a ball probably between the stadiums just to show how close they are.
Yeah.
Cool.
There was all this talk about the deadline. Are we sure there's going to be a very active deadline with like a looming lockout, or are players going to be a lot more expensive at the deadline because of that?
I think like usual, most teams will fold because they feel the pressure to compete or they are trying to push their chips in.
Yeah.
Sure, but there's all like the deadline stinks most years now because so many teams think they're still in it. So like maybe some high contract guys could be on the move for teams like we don't want these on our books even with the lockout. I know they're not paying people during the lockout, but we don't know what's on the other side of this. We just want to get rid of it now. Does that seem like the type of guy the Red Sox are trying to trade for? No.
Yeah, them taking on money to me, like if you take Patrick Sandoval, who is down at spring training throwing a baseball, I saw a video today, he's alive.
Huge.
It feels like that money's going to get shipped out in some way, whether it's during camp or not. That would get you down to like 251. You know, if you're going to sign a left-handed reliever or make another move, that would probably give you like 7-8 million before you get to that second threshold. Are they willing to go over it? Because if they aren't, adding money is not going to be super easy at the deadline, at least in the way you're describing, Coley, where you're taking on a significant contract.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking lockout just because I assumed the guy they would go for would be just for 2 months and would finish off the season and give him a chance. Like the bat version of Dustin May, that's probably who they're going to bring.
But also, like, are you trying to trade like your youngest prospects, knowing they're probably going to be super valuable when baseball returns, assuming it returns? Yeah. I've also had this thought, and it's fine to talk about it here because I know it won't happen. Should we, much like what's happening in women's basketball right now, should we be spearheading another Major League Baseball to just start right when the lockout happens?
Maybe. I mean,
you obviously couldn't call it that. You could call it like Jerry's Fun Time.
Jerry's Worlds.
Swing. Yeah, swing balls. You can call it that. Yeah, swing ball. But like the guy, like you want to put pressure on the league, you start a rival league.
JFTSB, Jerry's Fun Time Swing Ball.
Let's just expand the NPB.
I think when there's a lockout, so all the scuttlebutt is that like best case scenario we're losing half a season.
Right.
Like that's best case scenario is only half. Chances of all of the season being lost is on the table. We absolutely should start a wiffle ball league and like stream it.
100%.
You're aiming too low, I think.
Well, I mean, I think that if we got actual like MLB players, they can't play in a wiffle ball league, can they?
They should be playing real baseball for us.
But we can't
see,
pay
now that Jared said this, Coley, I want to play, you know? I don't really want to like be a GM. I kind of want to be taking cuts. Oh, we can be in this league? I don't know if we'll be good enough.
They're going to want to get paid.
Okay, so people will sponsor this. What do you think's happening with the WNBA right now? They're currently losing viewership, eyeballs, and everything because this new league popped up that had immediate funding. Because who isn't going to fund that? You're telling me people wouldn't pay to watch this? Of course they would.
No, but there has to be something that won't allow them to play.
The league is locked out, and there's currently no agreement between the players and the owners. Of course they could play.
We would probably have to move to Arizona for the year.
Okay. That's fine.
No players are going to stay around here during a lockout.
I didn't say they would.
Yeah, because remember during COVID, they were doing like sandlot games with players. Like I think we would only need one guy. Like if we just had Bryce Harper on a wiffle ball team and just a bunch of like other average players, we could just pay Bryce Harper a ton of money to be in the league so people would watch. And then, I mean, he can only impact the game so much.
I don't want to like have my job be commissioner of Jerry's swing ball. Like I don't want that to be a permanent thing. I want to put the clamps on Major League Baseball to cut the shit and just start the games again. That's not going to happen with wiffle ball.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was looking more as an opportunity for us, but
yeah, I kind of like it as a content
this is still
thing.
How is this not an opportunity for us?
Because we're going to, instead of making a profit on this league, we're going to end up paying Bryce Harper a shit ton of money to just.
We're not going to be paying any money.
They're going to do this. How are they getting from the sponsors? You're saying
Bezos
you sell the rights.
Okay,
allegedly
we're open for business.
In 04 and 05 during the NHL lockout, a lot of players started going internationally, and that's what they were doing. A lot of
people will go to Japan.
Time. Yeah,
Apple at the NBA with lockouts too.
Oh, they can hang out with Bob.
Yeah, now you're out of here.
You gotta go. Hockey players they get paid nothing now. Back in 04, they were probably making $7 an hour. So I'm sure their teams were like, yeah, sure, go to Sweden to play hockey if you want. But now, like baseball players if they're locked out, can teams say you can't play somewhere else?
No, they can't say anything. The league
so
locks out the players.
Nothing in your contract still holds up if you're in a lockout?
But what if you get hurt? Then like insurance wouldn't cover it. And
what happened to Chris Sale?
He fell over.
Chris Sale got hurt in unsanctioned baseball, playing unsanctioned baseball during the last lockout. What happened to him?
I don't remember that.
He literally was at Florida Gulf Coast pitching off the mound, and that's when he fucked up his ribs, right, T?
I remember watching Matt Barnes live stream. It was him and Cutter Crawford throwing at Florida Gulf Coast, right? Is that what they call it?
Just said that, yeah. But that's when he first got hurt.
Yeah.
Wait, that was Florida Gulf Coast, right?
Was it FGC?
I'm thinking it was the coast, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
FGCU,
FGCU,
Dunk
I
City.
believe.
Dunk City.
Florida Gulf Coast
Dunk
University.
City. I think you're not wrong, Jared. I think you could have two leagues, one in Florida, like a Florida Grapefruit League and a Cactus League, essentially.
And then we play the championship in Texas. We meet halfway.
Yeah.
At the same place we had the home run derby.
Yeah.
People would be lining up to sponsor this, to broadcast it. Like it would all be like YouTube and online and shit streaming because the TV networks, they can't do that with regular baseball now. They can't put it on TV. So yeah, I think we'd actually have the advantage here.
Yeah.
I think if you ran back to 10 different times, like this decade stretch, we would have gone to that like Fenway Wiffle Ball Park at least a couple of times at this point. It's kind of stunning that we haven't played at that one yet. Is it in Vermont or something? Isn't there like a Fenway exact replica where they play wiffle ball? I believe it's somewhere in New England. I'm so jealous of people that play there because I would love to play at a replica of Fenway or Wrigley. If we get that going, that'd be great. Jared?
Why can't we just make one here so we don't have to go to Vermont?
We will. Yeah. If anything, that's going to be us just making our own version of it and we don't have to drive up there.
Yeah. Imagine telling Manny Machado he has to go to Vermont to play his games. He's not showing up for that.
No, it's not going to work. No. But if it's in Saugus, like he's going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we talked that actually was something that we began discussing during COVID was this same idea, but starting like a Kowloon wiffle ball league, and we were going to put it in their parking lot and stream it and have sponsors and all kinds of stuff. But I don't think MLB players were going to be involved. Didn't get off the ground though, fortunately.
Good idea though.
Shout out Kowloon closing, but opening another location.
Yeah, Revere Beach.
Yeah.
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 I was at Kowloon on Friday. It was a good time. Always a good time.
Got in right before they slammed the doors shut forever. That's huge of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Just seconds away from the final shutdown. Yep.
When did he get hurt, T? I know you want to say it.
No, just going back to it. He couldn't even tell them until after the lockout that he was hurt. So it's like the lockout ended and he was just like, guys, like, I'm cooked.
I'm hurt, by the way.
Like, I'm dead. He goes, I got a call from Hyman AC, and that night it sucked for them, obviously. It's like, all right.
Welcome back. Yeah, about that.
Yeah. I was trying to see if they had gotten anything like insurance-wise or anything like that, but I don't know if
there isn't.
Jared. Just came out what IKF is getting paid this year, T.
Okay, I guess.
6.
Yep.
$6 million? What?
So that plus what they're paying the White Sox is
$6
roughly
million?
Hicks's contract.
6 mil.
Who'd we outbid on that?
Oh, I'm sure there was 5-6 other teams in.
We got him.
Yep.
How much has he made in his career? He got 2 years, 15, going into 24.
Oh, so a couple hundred.
Jeez. Oh my God.
Worth every penny, in my opinion.
That's tough.
6, man. I mean, he's a lot like Ohtani in the sense that he pitches and plays the field.
Mm-hmm.
He does do both.
Ohtani doesn't even do that. So he's technically better when you really start to think, when you really crunch the numbers.
More versatile, and we got him only for 6.
We got him.
Instead of 70.
6.
Got him. Steve, you want to tell the folks at home about GLD?
Dude, I was just about to ask you if I can tell the folks at home about GLD.
Because I know you've been rocking it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
They're awesome over there, the folks at GLD. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
You're aware of that?
I'm a frequent customer.
GLD, greatest chains of all time. They sent one over. You guys have yours, right? Do you have yours?
Nope.
You didn't get yours yet?
One, T? I'll get you one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about actual ears.
Huh?
You said ears?
What?
Dude, I don't know if something's up on my headphones. I swear to God, I heard
Stop
ears.
Playing. You gotta go, dude. I'm sorry. What is he talking about?
What did you think I asked? Have you put your ears on yet? Like what?
I don't know where that was going or what he thought you said or how the context would have made sense at all.
I think the IKF deal just completely fucked him up. I don't know. He heard the 6 million and his brain just stopped working.
The 6 million fried his brain.
He got Juggernauged.
He got totally Juggernauged. It was absolutely crazy. But anyway, think about this for a second. Yeah. Every guy has those go-to pieces, right, Jared?
That's right. I got plenty.
The shoes that go with everything. I got plenty of shoes that go with everything. That one pair of jeans that fits just right. That t-shirt that always looks clean. No matter what you pair with it, you don't overthink those pieces. You just grab them and they work every single time. But most guys are missing one thing from that lineup. It's jewelry. That's where GLD comes into play. They make the kind of pieces that become part of your routine, not just something you save for special occasions or every once in a while. Just clean, quality pieces that instantly make your fit look more fresh. Once you add a GLD chain to your rotation, you will never go back. And this isn't the cheap stuff, folks. GLD only uses real gold. Every stone is hand set, and their production process is one of a kind. I'm going to get it.
I'm wearing mine.
Go get it, Steve. Yeah, go get it.
Currently wearing mine.
Yeah, Coley's wearing his.
Never take it off, except for when I shower, which I think you can shower with them. I just take mine off because I like it that much.
Yeah, you can. It'll probably clean it.
Could. Not the type of showers I take, though.
Oh, there it is. Right, Steve? There you go.
This is one of those pieces right here. If you're watching the YouTube, this thing is clean. Absolutely clean. Well, I'm going to have to do the whole thing, right?
Throw it on, Steve.
Listen, talk about the class while you're doing it, because this thing is sturdy. You are not getting this thing snatched anytime soon.
No.
No.
Put that
There's
on,
no way
Steve.
this thing's getting snatched.
Put it on.
Putting jewelry on, you got to be like a real G. You got to be used to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, every day.
You put jewelry on every day, Jared?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Even when you're in the house?
Yeah, I'm in my house right now.
Big fact.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, piece of.
You talk about a truth nuke.
Yeah.
There's one in your lap.
You'll never catch me not in my house. There it is, Steve.
I got it on. Just take my word for it. It's incredible.
It's a video show. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's on. We all see it.
Put it on, Steve.
Everyone's looking at it right now. Dude, it's on. It's
Put it
on.
on, Steve.
Look at that.
Just get it
It's
on,
dude.
there.
Don't even worry
Steve,
about
put
it.
it on. Yeah, I want to see you put it on.
It's got to be on. I'm reading the ad read now. It says got to be on, Steve.
Get it on, Steve. Come on. You need a mirror? What's going on there?
Wait,
Who puts on their chain in front?
Oh,
You ever
I've
wear a
seen that.
necklace before, Steve?
This is fucking terrible.
This can't be that hard. Yeah, put it on.
It is.
Like this is not GLD's fault, by the way. This is a Steve inexperienced. Steve,
Mine's on. People can see it's on.
mine's on. Coley's is on.
Yeah.
Steve's is not on because he put it on in front. Like that's just not how you wear.
That's not how I know.
He's like whipping it under his arm. He's trying to go behind the back with
Come
it.
on, Steve.
What's great about all of this, T hasn't seen a second. He's so locked in on this $6 million for IKF.
I'm going through
can't believe
contracts right now. I'm sorry.
You can't
I'm
believe
locked
it, dude.
He's trying to find a historical precedent for someone this bad to get $6 million.
Ahmed Rosario got 1 year, 2.5. Ahmed Rosario. I hate you guys.
Ahmed
Juggernaug.
It's on.
Hey, how we doing? How we doing, everybody? Thank you.
Great.
This is one of those pieces you put on once and then it never comes off. I'm going to sleep in this thing, guys. I'll tell you that much. They've got, I think I don't have a choice at this point. They've got everything too. Chains, pendants, bracelets, even a nice selection of watches. Whether you keep it simple or a little shine, they've got you covered. And it's not just hype. They have over 2 million customers and 50,000 5-star reviews, with GLD being worn by names like Justin Bieber. You know him, right, Jerry?
I love the Biebs.
You know Malik Neighbors, Jerry?
I don't, unfortunately.
Well, you should. Micah Parsons, that name familiar for you? Okay. No. ASAP Rocky?
I've heard of him. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, though.
And plenty more names that everyone knows. The best part, every single piece is guaranteed for life. If you want to look, feel, and be your best, or just want to level up any outfit, this is the missing piece you've been sleeping on. Right here. You see
That's
it?
Right.
Right here.
That's the one.
Work hard and change the game. For a limited time only, new customers are getting an insane deal. Use code SECTION10 to get 50% off at GLD.com.
Wow.
All right, if you listening right now, I know sometimes people might fall asleep during the night. It's like, no, pay attention right now. If you're driving, you might want to pull over for this. 50% off 50. With code SECTION10 at GLD.com. That might just be the greatest deal we've ever had. After you purchase, they will ask where you heard about them. Please tell them you heard about them from the 10.
Please.
GLD,
50%.
baby.
I'm looking at the watches right now. They're pretty cool.
I just feel cooler with this on.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, it obviously takes me an hour to put it on, but I feel cooler now. It's worth it.
I feel like most people it wouldn't, though.
I have jewelry. I haven't worn it in a while. But yeah, I definitely didn't used to struggle that bad putting it on. But it's been a minute. We're back. GLD, appreciate you.
Shout them out.
Yeah.
Shout them out.
They shipped this to us immediately, too. This was like 2 days later.
Fast.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was like, I didn't order anything. It's like, oh, boom, GLD. How you doing?
Boom.
I'm pretty sure, by the way, too, they do, I'm double checking. Yeah, they've got like Red Sox pendants and stuff. Like, they're pretty sick.
I almost forgot.
The hell is this?
Yeah, what is this, Steve? What is it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what is
Get
it,
out of
Steve?
here.
Yeah, what is
would you please?
Yeah,
Where are we
it?
at?
Yeah,
Buck
what is
20.
it, Steve? Steve, what is it?
Come on.
What is it? What is it, Steve?
I didn't guarantee I was going to be there. I said 99%.
99% chance that you were coming.
Yeah,
99% chance.
I didn't make it for work reasons. For my job. 100%. I don't think this is suspendable.
I mean, I'm hovering. I haven't pushed it.
I know, because you're waiting for me to like say something to like put it over the top. I'm not going to say it. This is very much like when the manager in the ump's like, hey, he's kind of one word away. He hasn't quite done it yet, but I'm not going to give you that word.
I mean, I feel like that excuse doesn't play because you knew that it, like you didn't have to cover for someone. You knew that you had work and you still said 99% chance that you'll be there. And then you didn't come. So it's not like something came up. You know what I mean?
No, that's not necessarily true. I don't go through the details of the work schedule, but
what came up?
You know, when other things you got to do come up, you got to take care of it.
What came up, Steve?
Don't worry about it. But I nailed it with both picks. I had Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns. So were you happy about that?
Nope.
Okay.
I was pissed. Yeah.
My apologies. It was a high percentage and I wasn't there.
Apologizing a lot lately, Steve. You know?
I don't think I have.
To the Carrabba's family? Yeah.
What else did I apologize to? Jenna?
Yep.
Yeah, but that was from like 10 years ago. That wasn't a recent thing. If anything, she might want to apologize to me. She took like 5 days to reply to my DM. Wish her a happy birthday.
She was in the homeland.
You don't get DMs in the DR?
I mean, she was enjoying. She didn't respond to Mikey, so that's how you know it wasn't personal.
Okay.
He's super likable. Yeah.
Hey, get that out of here. I mean, you're right, but I don't like the comparison there.
Did you see that DoorDash was one of the sponsors of the Royal Rumble?
I certainly did. A lot of people saying DoorDash should sponsor the 10, and I agree. I fully agree. That would be my favorite sponsorship ever. But we're trying to get better, and that's all I'll say on that.
So in the end, you're sticking with I had to work was the reason why you no-called, no-showed the Royal Rumble at my house?
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. That's not an excuse. You knew that you had to work and you said, 99% chance I'll be there. If you were like, I had to work, but then also like Dan needed me, then I've been like, okay, yeah, sure. But I need to work. You knew you needed to work and you still said 99%. So you're being suspended not for not coming, but for getting my hopes up. That's what you're suspended for. You got my fucking hopes up. I wanted you there. You were there last year. You had a great time. And you said 99% chance I'll be there. So you're not being suspended for not coming. You're being suspended for getting my hopes up. Is that fair, Steven?
Like last episode where T appealed, I'm going to appeal that suspension.
Okay. I mean, you're not going to win that one, but you can appeal.
It is out of your hands, though, in the appeals process. I know that much.
It goes to Jake,
I am going to use my power and appeal.
It goes to Jake, Mikey, and Bags 2K, Baghdad, Bagzewski. So they will get together on that, and I would venture to guess you're not getting that overturned because
I don't know if this is you influencing them or whatever, but no. I think I have a decent chance because there was a 1% chance I'd miss it, and then 1% happened.
Yeah, but the reason why was the reason why you didn't come was the reason that you were aware of before you said 99%. So again,
what else we got?
You feel sorry? You feel sad that you didn't come? Or like
I said I was apologetic, right?
No, you don't give a fuck. You don't give a single fuck. You probably had the best fucking Saturday just DoorDash and fucking.
I did DoorDash. I did DoorDash.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do I even have to say that? You're like, no shit. Like, whoa, yeah, you do make your lunch on Saturday? Like, obviously not. Someone else did. It's not great. We'll get better.
T hasn't said a word since he found out that IKF made $6 million.
No, T, did you see the most recent deal that just got inked?
No, please.
Miguel Andujar just signed for $4 million.
That's like what? Like I'm so confused. I'm worried that Breslow is locked up in a basement at IKF's house, and they are going to kill him. Like $6 million.
That is amazing.
Worry sounds like the wrong word there.
I agree. That's probably the right.
There's more. I feel like there's more and more mounting evidence that ChatGPT is running the team. Because I bet if you plugged in like, what's a good defense for the Red Sox using free agents available, they would have been like, IKF. This guy's fine with the glove.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
What a sign of in November.
Duh. World Series participant, IKF. Get him in here.
He's beside himself right now.
Steve
is texting Mikey and Jake
no,
right
I'm
now
not.
trying
No,
to
I'm not.
influence the
I would
appeal
never
process.
try to
He
influence.
just put it, he was like, you know what? DoorDash, good idea. That's what he did.
Yeah.
I've definitely done that during the show. I have definitely ordered DoorDash numerous times during this podcast.
Oh, I know. Every time we stop the show, he's like, all right, my dinner's here. All right, see you later.
See you guys later. Have a good one.
Yeah. Little did I know that it was a cry for help, but I didn't see it. I didn't see the signs.
No,
it sounds innocent enough, right? It's like, I'm just going to have some dinner. It's like, nah, you're just throwing away $30 every time you say that, but okay.
We finished the month of January. What was your total?
Oh, I didn't know you were going to ask.
January was over, yeah.
Fuck. I could kind of sense like where it was going. I was like, all right, kind of seems like we're done with that part. And
no, we're still on.
Are we double digits still, I hope.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He could be hitting
one can only hope.
Can we guess?
See. Yes.
Do through Feb 4. Yeah.
What else was I going to do? Isn't the point the update on the year?
Well, I said in the month of January.
Okay, you were saying just January. Okay.
Yeah, let's do to date 2026. Right. I'm going to say
whoever's closest, I will DoorDash dessert to you.
It doesn't help the problem.
It's like the exact opposite
I'll do
point
more
of this
crack if you win.
I think you just like pressing submit order. Like, I'm going to build you an app.
It's my favorite thing. Yeah, imagine like a drug addict being like, whoever's guessing how much drugs I'm doing, I'll send you some drugs. Like, dude, this isn't the fucking point of what we're doing here.
It's not. I'm all set on the drugs.
Yeah. Further context, you're doing that at an intervention.
Right, yeah. How many times did I last month? Closest to it, we go shoot up in the bathroom. What do you say?
I'm going to say I'm between 39 and 41. So I'm going to believe in you and say 41.
It was like when we did the last update, I can't remember the number that it was, but it was like roughly 1.3
per
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 35.
Let's do
I think your 41's probably decent, but I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to say I'm going to put a page row on it. I'm going to go 45.
45, yeah. 1.3 times 35 is 45 and a half. So you're right there.
T's like, it's 6 million.
I don't think he has any idea what we're talking about.
He has no idea what we're talking about.
He's like, yeah, if you look at his OPS plus against lefties, I guess it makes sense for 6 million.
I can't figure it out. I fucking can't figure it out. Is there an injury? Like, is something? What happened here to lead to this? Why would you? Why?
This is why Gammons loves T, because like he's just no matter what locked in on the Sox. Yeah, no, I
he's
agree.
not wrong. No,
why?
of course.
No, he's 100%
right.
correct. He's
like
100%
it was a joke. I didn't know that was real.
You just did all this work to free yourself of that Jordan Hicks money, and you're like, here's fucking $6 million for what? For a guy, like, are you that concerned you don't have somebody who can play shortstop for you for a day? Like, Marcelo Meyer's on the roster. He can go over and play shortstop if Trevor Story needs a breather every 2 weeks. But, last year you had no fucking problem playing him every single day until he had absolutely nothing and he couldn't even throw the baseball correctly. But hey, gotta run him out there. Just like Jared Duran the year before. He has to play. He has to be out there no matter what. Like, what would push you to do this?
ChatGPT.
Like, did you miss a decimal? Like,
0.6 million. I mean, if you gave me two guesses of like 0.6 million or 6 million, I obviously would have said 0.6.
It's just, you can't even compare like the other utility type guys. Like a lot of these guys, they're not even giving you the number. It's just agreed to a 1-year deal.
Tell you, how many times has Steve ordered from DoorDash 2026?
What'd you say?
What is going on with you, dude?
What?
Are you all right?
I didn't hear what he said.
What?
I didn't hear what Coley said. I didn't hear what Coley said.
It was complete silence. It was complete silence, and he talked directly into a microphone, which is plugged into the headphones that are over your ear. How did you not hear him?
No, I heard it.
Classic line from a guy who heard it.
I am not drunk tonight.
Yeah.
I know. I am completely.
If you
sober.
guys asked, I would say it. I would.
Yeah,
but
no, I heard it for sure.
Nobody
You
feels
said
it
it right to his face. What was that? The fuck did you say?
What the fuck did you say to me?
You say what I think you just said to me? What the fuck?
He couldn't have said it more direct.
Like none of the word, no stutters. It was so clear.
Nothing.
Like it had the floor.
went right
I definitely
into my ears.
How many? We're gonna do this like I'm talking to my kids. How many times has Stephen J. Peralt ordered from DoorDash, the mobile web application that brings food to your home?
He's looking at Red Sox payroll right now. You took too long.
All right.
He's like, is Mikey Romero? Could he have done this?
He's looking at Spears post on Blue Sky. Like, yep, keep talking to me.
No, it's clearly 40, 50, 44.
44. Okay. So we have
Price is right.
41. I didn't think I was going to be low, man. 41, 44, and 45, Steve. What's the number? Wait,
It's
hold
58. Oh, God. You said, what's the number? No, that's not my fault. You literally just said, what's the number?
That's not his fault.
What's the number? Go. Wait, don't go.
It's going.
58.
I would have been right.
That's crazy.
It's 58. I actually thought someone was going to get that.
58 is
Who
crazy.
tried to give you credit? You were on a pace and you've jettisoned past that pace.
Yeah,
I know.
You've
Well, all
blown
right.
past the pace.
In my defense, real quick, that snow week, I mean, I could barely leave the house, right? And I didn't do it. And I actually was good, by the way, on the AFC Championship day. T is still baffled by this contract. On the AFC title game day,
Christopher Moreau got $2 million.
You're on. Wait, what was the number? What was the number last year, Steve?
golly, 649.
You're still on pace to come in under that. You're on pace for 605 door dashes.
Fuck, that's still bad. I don't want to be in the 600 club twice.
Yeah.
But no, my point being, like, for that blizzard, I did not DoorDash. Some people were hypothesizing I did. I did not. The next
Clearly
day I
you
did.
did. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, it was a rough week. Like, there were a couple twos, couple threes.
Yeah.
It was bad.
You ordered 12 meals before the blizzard got there.
Yeah.
Just put it in your freezer.
The blizzard, I'm like, I gotta hit send. I just pre-order for the entire week. But
You the last check-in, you were on a 1.3 DoorDash per day pace, and now you're on a 1.7 DoorDash per day pace.
there was a blizzard though, so I'm not talking Dairy Queen because I haven't had that in a little while. But
Yeah, I think you're excused for like maybe 2 of those days. And we had 35 of them where you're on a pace for 1.7. So
yeah, we'll get better.
Are you?
We're trending in the wrong direction.
Oh, sprinting in the wrong direction.
I know
Mm,
it's not the best. Also going on a little. Actually, no, this could help me. Going on a little vacation action.
Oh.
So that'll probably help me. Yeah. Where are you going? DoorDash on vacation?
Is
Delray.
Dan going?
Dan is not going. No,
Why?
he's just not going. He's just got
Why
stuff
not?
to do.
Delaware?
T, are you all right, man?
Dude, someone spoke as he said it. I didn't just come up with that.
No,
Cole,
they
did you
didn't.
hear Delaware?
Delray Beach.
Oh, Delaware. All right. I heard it. I was just wrong.
You didn't.
You didn't hear, yeah.
Going to North Dakota. Did you say
Honestly,
Iowa?
I do think my ears are a little cooked. I have been had a lot of my ears the last couple days.
Imagine if Steve was like hitting a little vacation, pulling up on Delaware, checking out, seeing what's going on over there.
Nice little mid-February Delaware trip. Has anyone ever done that?
Little Delaware trip, Pop it
in Feb doesn't get better than the Del in Feb.
What's the best thing they have to offer? Like, what's the top thing in Delaware?
Tax haven for businesses and corporations. That's the best thing.
The Blue Hens? Is that their team?
Yes.
Tyler, honest question. Yep. If IKF didn't sign with the Red Sox, do you think you would hear better on this episode?
Maybe.
Do you think it's impacting your hearing?
He wasn't hearing before that, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm off. I think I'm just a little off.
What's the matter?
I have a lot going on at work, so I'm just like stressed.
Oh, you're stressed. You need a hug?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
Oh, so you deny my hug?
No, I don't want you to feel like you have to hug me.
You just said no, I'm okay. That's a very clear denial of my hug.
I just don't want you to feel like you have to hug me.
I want to hug you.
Like when you hug someone like romantically or emotionally, like you're supposed to do it without hesitation.
This was one of my favorite tweets of the day. I feel like it's relevant for the topic right now. Get the I need a hug hoodie on Diggs, and then Stephon Diggs. I don't really need a hug. Don't touch me. I find that very funny.
He's problematic, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh.
We'll find out in a court of law.
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone's going to have their day.
But it doesn't look good at the moment, no?
No. You got a score prediction, T, for the big game?
Yeah, I'm going to go 31-27 Patriots.
Oh, you got the Patriots winning.
Of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought that you would have ran the numbers and been like 45-7.
No. I think Sam Darnold is going to turn into a turnover machine, though.
Did
I just feel good when
Darnold?
Did he come in as a rookie quarterback for the Jets?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Then I did. He was at Rough and Rowdy in Atlanta.
Probably.
When I was the ring girl.
Yeah.
And yeah, all right. So yeah, 2019 Super Bowl in Atlanta. I met Sam Darnold, and that was the Rough and Rowdy that was it Jared Goff. His friends have a fantasy football league, and the loser or the last place finisher had to fight in Rough and Rowdy.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And yeah, that night I was the ring girl. Honestly, by the way, like Steve, this is probably more up your alley. The ropes, like, so I had to basically any fighter that got in the ring, I had to like sit on the ropes and then hold it with like my shoulders and like my, I guess, under my butt. And the next day, bruises. Like, how the hell, like, like ropes in a ring are unforgiving. How do wrestlers that do this 300 times a year, how do they not just have their back covered in bruises just from hitting the ropes?
Well, same with the girls, right? How are they not getting hurt by this?
I
They usually have someone open it for them.
Oh, true. So you're saying like, I'm talking about the ring girls, isn't that what
the ring
you
girls,
did?
Yeah. That's what I did. Yeah, it fucking hurt.
Well, they're not going to do it.
Do you have your butt out? Was your butt out?
Yeah, my little butt was on the ropes.
Did they put you in like a bikini? Is that how that worked?
No, I was in a white.
You were in a white, right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You know that picture of Marty Mush like screaming after winning? In the corner, you can see me. Like I'm like because he won.
There you go. Good stuff.
Are those things bouncy?
Rings? Yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
I've always wanted to like jump on them.
It's basically, or at least a wrestling ring is the outside of the ring is made out of steel, and then they put down kind of like long. They're not 2x4s, but they're like long pieces of wood, like that go across the ring, and then the tiniest bit of like foam over that. So like if you like, you know, on a trampoline, you can like keep your feet on the trampoline but still bounce. Like you can do that in a ring, but you can't like jump up and down and bounce like a trampoline.
Do you guys ever go to the Galleria Mall back in the day?
No.
It was in Taunton. I know Mike Eamon had been there. They used to have, and I don't know if other malls had this, but they had a trampoline inside where they'd like hook you on. You had to wear like a diaper kind of thing, like a harness. And you could like jump up and see like the second floor of the mall. I hit the weight limit at like 4th or 5th grade, but it was fucking sick, man.
That was a 90s mall technology.
It was so fun. They don't have activities like they used to have roller coasters in malls and shit.
There's some massive. I mean, what you got? Mall of America, the one that they had the winter meetings in Nashville, huge mall. I think they had a coaster in there, T. So
did you go?
This was 11 years ago. The one in 2015.
Did you go?
Oh yeah, wasn't there one more recently though? I thought that's what the Did You Go was about.
No, I've never been in Nashville. I've heard good things though.
It's awesome, and that was in like the off season, and it was still really good. Would recommend. I really hope they get a baseball team. A little Sox trip there.
They're gonna.
Yeah.
That's like a no-brainer for the expansion.
Big time.
Nashville and like Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm. So they got the Predators arena just like right in the middle of downtown Nashville. It kind of makes no sense there, but it is I don't want to say it's an eyesore, but it definitely jumps out to you seeing it. I'm trying to think if you would like downtown Nashville.
Nah, I wouldn't like anywhere. I like Saugus.
Right. Yeah, live, loud music. I feel like Jerry is just like punch me in the face. Yep.
No. And it's like country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not Ashanti.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Take.
What's the Golden Banana?
What do you think it is before we answer?
A comedy club.
Yep. Day shift. Yeah. Folks.
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
We drove by it a couple weeks ago when I was with my mom and sister, and I just looked at it. I was like, oh, my mom used to always tell me that was a comedy club because I'd always say I wanted to go there because it looked cool. And then I started, driving, and I brought it up. And my mom gave me one of those looks like, you're done talking. And I was like, okay, I'm done talking.
Next time we go to Jared's, we'll bring you and we can see
Let's
some
go.
comedians.
No, I don't. The way you guys are seemingly
Train
describing
loves the banana.
I can
Loves
see
it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We threw
Well, she
her
likes to laugh.
Yeah, she loves a good laugh. Yeah,
She's always laughing.
We go to Kowloon for her birthday, and then all of her friends got really drunk, and they were like, "Let's go to the banana." And I was like, it's not a banana kind of
Not the
night.
laughing hour.
Yeah, I'm not trying to giggle tonight, But yeah, we'll take you.
I don't know.
Well, Mikey, film
I
it.
don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Oh, I would have to seek permission
From whom? Your mom?
my girlfriend.
To
She can
laugh?
come. I bet you she would love to come.
Yeah, get some chuckles off at
Oh,
the GB.
Come. What do you mean by that?
Go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is the Cabaret also a comedy club?
Yeah.
They got some pranksters in there. Yeah.
Yeah. T just knows his comedy clubs. He's got these down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then you go over to Revere, where the Malden line there, they've got the Squire, which is
Is that a synonym for
Clark.
joke?
Lenny Clark performs there all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've met Lenny. He's a very
Great
good
guy. Yeah. He's either at Giggles at Prince Pizza or he's at the Squire. Yeah. Yeah. We can go.
Yeah.
Comedy guy.
Eamon will film it. They'll go on YouTube.
Fuck.
Place fucking sucks. Fuck. Shout out Mikey missing his first Providence game of the year this evening.
Oh, brutal.
Very sad.
Quit on the team. Sad.
Yep. For a bowling league. He's had enough of this Friars team, and I don't blame him. Team stinks.
Is he back on the East Coast?
Yes. Yeah, had a nice little weekend in LA.
Mm.
I think he saw Dane Cook.
Oh,
Said he was just all right.
Boston's
And
own.
then, what's the name? Trevor Wallace. I think the dude's name's Trevor Wallace.
Mhm.
He's got some funny stuff on TikTok. Apparently he crushed. So shout out to Trevor Wallace.
He does a lot of that like crowd work kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he's actually good at it. I feel like there's just such a variance in people actually being funny or not with that. So he's a funny dude.
He came in the office one day. I think he went on like Ellie Schnitt's podcast one time.
Oh,
Who?
yeah. What was that show called? The Schnitz?
Schnitt Talk.
Okay, there we go.
I was on that show one time.
There you go.
I always see him flirting with what's her name? Sarah Safari.
I don't know who that is.
She's like one of those like workout influencers.
She's the cold banana.
No, he like she goes on like dates with these guys and like he kind of plays up like the flirty, like, oh, like it's my dick. But like he's trying to be like sweet with it.
Zing.
It hits when he says it.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah, I can see how. Yeah.
I think I'm unwell.
Yeah. You gotta go to bed.
This is a unique teapot. Not even in a bad way. I think it's great.
IKF signed for $6 million, and his brain just left his head. Just walked
just completely
right out.
disappeared.
I kind of regret telling him. I think he would have seen it anyway, but I regret expediting the process of what it did to his brain. Yeah.
I don't remember who I was before that.
Yeah. You got anything else in your notebook, T, that you want to talk about? 4 pages is a lot.
It is. Christian Campbell getting work at second base down in Fort Myers. I did find that a bit interesting because we've been bitching about it on the podcast so much recently.
He's got a new swing?
Yep. It looks like he's kind of leaned further into those mechanics that he had in Puerto Rico. Body still looks, beefed up like it did. But to hear him getting reps at second base, and there's a lot of players down in Fort Myers. Like, it has changed the last couple of years. I will say that. Like, a lot more players spend time down there. But I believe at least half, if not more than the entire 40 man's down there. But to see Campbell working at second, like, I'm happy the door is at least slightly open, and it goes with what Brian Abraham has been saying, where, right now they were trying to get him to focus on the outfield, but they wanted to reintroduce it at some point. This is the time to reintroduce it, because if this is your solution, IKF getting $6 million.
$6 million for IKF, yeah.
Like, holy
you made
hell.
it deeper into this thought without bringing it up than I thought.
Yeah, but like, if you weren't clinging to Christian Campbell before, you better start clinging now. And
I
even
got no
still,
problem clinging to Christian Campbell.
I think we would all hope you're in a situation where you wouldn't have to that degree. I think we're all rooting for him and want what's best for him and to have that breakout, but it was supposed to take that pressure so he didn't have to be a necessity. Like, this guy doesn't have to click for this team to maybe make the run a lot of us want or where they should be in their window. And I'm sitting here now and I'm like, fuck, man, Christian Campbell needs to figure it out, and he needs to figure it out quick.
The dude played 3 months in the big leagues. Like, anyone that's out on Christian Campbell, it's like, have you watched baseball before? Like, this stuff takes time sometimes.
Oh, of course.
You know, I'm in that camp. He flew through the minors. It's not even like...
And he was rookie of the month in April.
Yeah, like, it's not even like, this guy was 26 when he got called up, so he's a late bloomer and this and that. Like, he had a meteoric rise throughout the minor league system, was excellent in April, and then got hurt and sucked. And like, the main problem is obviously the defense. I'm not worried about the hitter.
But if they're giving IKF $6 million because of the defense, is Christian Campbell ever going to be able to put a glove on again?
The super cut of how many times T has referenced
I'm
IKF
sorry.
making $6 million is going to be great.
I'm just...
How much, like, how bad would his glove have to be for his offense to still not offset what IKF gives you? Like, the worst ever, not just in a given league year. Like, it would have to be, and I don't even know who is that?
Yeah.
Who's the worst defender ever?
Last year, he was the worst defender.
No, I know. Last
base.
year was objectively bad, no doubt. I'm not arguing that.
If he can be a 120-ish OPS plus guy, you can deal with him being bad defensively.
Right,
not as bad as he was last year.
Last year, though, right? He was definitely at a 120 if he had an 895 OPS when he got hurt.
Yeah, if you're following that. But I mean, if he's as bad as he was defensively last year, that's not good enough. He needs to be. Last year, he was horrendous. He was all time.
No doubt.
bad.
I'm not saying bring that back at all.
No,
but I also
I'm saying
don't
if you
know
can just
that it was enough to abandon him doing it ever again.
Yeah, I think that's a fair question. I think for here, and there's a lot of people that will look at when Christian Campbell was demoted and say, well, is that a big reason when the Red Sox pitching staff turned around? And I do think there's a lot of points to that conversation. But if you could get him to being a guy who was like -6 DRS by the end of the year and like 25th percentile, it's above average, that would be a miracle if you could hit like that. It's just clearly they are putting so much emphasis on defense with IKF at second base, and Or, they haven't even committed him to a position yet. We'll see what it actually is, but I'm assuming because we know their preference is Meyer at third.
$6 million.
But yeah, it's a good chunk of money, man. It just feels like when you look at a lot of those $6 million, when you look at a lot of those comparable guys, they're all in the range of like $2 to $4 million or a little bit less.
Yeah.
Like Andy Ibanez signed for 1.25.
Sure.
That was a guy we were talking about at the 24 deadline as a potential trade candidate. Like, I don't know. I'm curious to see what like Luis Rengifo gets and Ramon Urias. And I guess you can compare those numbers.
Rengifo for sure.
His defense has been up and down over time, but we've seen his highs. They're certainly higher than IKF's.
Right. Is he a switch hitter?
Rengifo?
Yeah.
Yes. I believe this past year was the only year his defensive metrics were where you wanted them to be. Let's see. And he had been tied to the Red Sox a couple off seasons ago, but I think that was closer to high.
It was the deadline a couple years ago.
Yeah. No, even last year, he was -4 outs above average. Yeah, his defense for a couple of years now hasn't been where it needed to be. I thought I saw someone say somewhere the defensive metrics weren't as bad as a lot of people had it in their head for him. Advanced fielding. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is what I was thinking of. 5 DRS at second base last year, 4 outs above average. But every year before that, it wasn't good. And he was horrendous at third base. But if you were going to play Meyer at third base, all right. Let Rengifo do his thing.
But they won't because they gave $6 million to IKF.
Yeah.
So that ship has sailed, I guess.
We're like,
Weird,
we also
man.
keep talking about the lineup. Like, I think a lot of people are just like, well, Trevor Story, like, is he going to repeat that? Even that last year started off so bad for months and then was good. But it's like, he kind of has to do that the whole season based on how it's currently built. And there's no reason to assume that's possible.
I would argue if you had this upcoming season, you give me 10 Trevor Story 2026 seasons. I think in 3 of them, maybe even 2, he repeats last year. There's a really good chance that that's the case. So you're going on like a 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4 chance that he does what he did last year. Because I do think there's a lot of people that will look at him in the lineup and be like, oh, here we go, Trevor Story. And we're, for the most part, Trevor Story guys. It's just
the biggest.
Be careful with that. The assumption that he's just going to be able to repeat that and give you, 150 games is a big assumption.
I do think the health thing is where I get the most hung up because he was so consistent from June on. Like it wasn't like it was like, oh, he got hot for 3 weeks and you get 2 bad weeks and then hot for 3 weeks. Like 124 WRC plus in June, 133 in July, 122 in August, and then 117 in September, October. Like he was consistently a really above average bat. And that was after being at 92 in March and April and then 14 in May.
How many games last year, T, did he finish with?
Over 150.
Because then I think going into the season, he had like 162 total with the Red Sox, if I'm not mistaken.
163, he
So he doubled his entire Red Sox career in last season, which would have given him every reason in September to kind of fall off a cliff, and he just didn't. So, I mean, he's got that going for him. It's just at the same time, to assume he's going to do the same thing this year is asking a decent amount.
He was fine in the playoffs too, right? He wasn't like the issue.
No, he hit the only homer.
Right. Yeah, he went deep.
Right.
Yep. And I do think with Story, it's just, as you get older, a 33-year-old shortstop, that is a lot for that guy to carry when his defensive metrics already weren't that good last year. And if you look at 24 and 23, like what do you grade those injuries? Your shoulder exploding as you go into the ground? Like that's more freakish injury to me. I don't know if you frame it a different way. And then even 23, it's like, yeah, his elbow was cooked. Like they knew it was cooked the day they signed him and they were okay doing that. So like those aren't really repeatable injuries in my opinion. And in 2022, he gets screwed by the doctors and then they shut him down with like a week left in the year after he had a heel bruise and they were already done. So I don't know. I'm not really worried about like reoccurring injuries or like, things kind of bringing him down. But as a 33-year-old shortstop, it's a lot you're putting on that guy. And even if he can be like a 110 OPS plus guy, I'd be pretty happy at this point in his career. But you need him to be June on.
That would also be great, again, if it was a complete lineup with like real other offensive players around him. So that's where like a 110, and it's not fair to him, but like a 110 definitely doesn't cut it.
And like this is where
I'm telling you, sit down and try to write up the Red Sox lineup, and you're uncomfortable. Trying to figure out 1 through 4, it is not an easy thing, and it shouldn't be that hard. And it also speaks to how well Alex Bregman, with what he brought in terms of the lack of strikeouts, how he made contact, enough power there, how many pitches he was seeing at bat. It was just the perfect fit for something this lineup doesn't have a lot of. Because, you're going to get that swing and miss with the Roman Anthony's and the Wilson Contrerases. I think they're going to be a somewhat streaky offense. I think they'll be a bit better than people think, but yeah, I don't love this. I did not think IKF was going to be their main part of the solution.
I think it was $6 million. I did not see that.
I'm trying to I don't want to lose my mind because if an article drops, maybe I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I past that.
I don't know. I need to see if there's an article.
Delaware.
Yeah. All we have is G-Bob, who is saying he's heard they're doing more, to help the lineup. Essentially, they're not done working, but is that the outfielder we've heard about? Or is there another big swing and then a trade?
I mean,
I don't know.
Katie Wu, who you already referenced earlier, tied us to Marcelo Ozuna, which
I didn't see Ozuna.
I'll pull it up again, but
yeah, interesting.
I thought you tweeted that, T.
No, not Marcelo Ozuna. It was Tommy Pham. It was Starling Marte, and it was who am I missing? Oh, Randall Grishik.
Yeah, this was 10 hours ago.
Was part of that.
Yeah, 10 hours ago from Katie Wu, breaking down the Cardinals offseason, St. Louis and Boston interested in a right-handed outfielder. Oh, excuse me. I guess I read this wrong. Pirates interested in Marcelo Ozuna.
Yeah,
I didn't see the comma. Yeah. I thought it was us, St. Louis, and the Pirates interested in him.
But I don't know, if you're going to go for a more defensive first infield and you're going to have these platoons going on, do you lean that more heavily that you need that Rob Refsnyder kind of guy in the outfield to work off of? That you can play around and maybe get in at bat, and then you have the defensive replacements to make up both ends of it. It doesn't seem like ideal roster construction, but if you're going to sign one of those guys, and Rob Refsnyder signed for $6.25 million, IKF signed for $6 million, I don't know. Why wouldn't you have just brought Rob Refsnyder back?
Because he doesn't pitch.
That's a good point. And I understand with IKF, they're going for defense, and that's not what Refsnyder brings. But if you're considering Starling Marte, Tommy Pham, Randall Grishik, you're clearly looking for some kind of thump. Some kind of lefty masher. And I did always think it was a little surprising to me how quickly they anointed Nate Eaton as all right, this is the guy, we're very high on him, because there was nothing data wise that screamed okay, this guy's about to have a significant breakout. And that's not calling him a bad baseball player. It's just, he's fine.
Yeah, you're not crapping on him.
It's just not like he's tore up lefties in the big leagues or anything like that.
He's British, though, so that's good for him.
Man, they got Chapman. They bodied him.
Confirmed not British, or oldest Chapman.
That's crazy.
No, that was the favorite in my estimation. He doesn't look even 1% British to these eyes.
Did he just think they weren't going to ask for real documentation? They're going to be come along.
We looked it up. Was it during the Nuts, Jerry? Because I remember Jay Hay being there when we were Aroldis Chapman's British apparently, and it's some great grandmother or something newer British guy or something.
Yeah. I think they left Jamaica, which was at that time a Great Britain territory.
Yeah, colony. Yeah,
colony. Yeah. But yeah, Nate Eaton, for his minor league career, just for 2025, when you look at what he's done against lefties in the minors, it's legit. You understand, it's 330, 392, 536, 928, but the big leagues, I think he actually hit righties better than he did lefties. Small sample size, but
$6 million.
$6 million.
Mm-hmm. All right.
IKF.
You got anything else? By the way, Tarek Skubal reposted the Framber signing on his Instagram story, so he's doesn't seem to be very mad about it.
It's a smart move.
I think he's good at
teammate.
playing the game.
He's a great teammate.
Oh, T, we got more IKF contract updates.
God. Let's wrap before then.
Let's hear it.
It's got $500K worth of incentives as well. So it could be 6.5.
It's starting to read as if they asked him what he wanted. He's like, 6 million with $500,000 incentives? You said yes?
Correct. So that's exactly what I had too. So
same numbers. Yep, write that up. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
All right, Jem McCaffrey seemingly is echoing what G-Bob was saying.
Which is?
This is the steal of the offseason.
I'll read the quote to you right now.
Aggregate that quote, T.
Boston is still on the hunt for more offense, and according to a team source, the Red Sox are still seeking to add another bat with less than a week before spring training begins.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Love that for us.
It's better. It's just, what kind of bet? Is that like the outfield report? I don't know.
Who's the IKF of outfielders?
Defensive first guy.
Grichuk.
Grichuk fucking murdered lefties 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was like our number one target all last offseason. It was sad.
Let me see. His splits in 25. Yeah. He was 89 WRC plus against lefties, 69 against righties. But in 24, 152 against lefties and 116 against righties.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. On to more important stuff. What else did I have in my notes? Oh, Kyle Keller. That did kind of get me a little going last night.
Yeah.
Setup man over in Japan the last 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. The Hanshin Tigers and the Yamamori Giants. Yep. Shout out Kai on Cameo, who sends me Japanese words to mispronounce. I am trying to get better. He's educating me. But entering his age 33 season, it is a minor league deal, but the salary, if he makes the opening day roster, is $1.9 million. He has $500K in potential performance bonuses, just like IKF. But 2.42 ERA and 152 innings the last 4 years in Japan, 10.5 K per 9 and 3.7 walk per 9. 78th percentile K percentage over there. He had the 5th best K percentage in the MPB over the last 4 seasons. Minimum 150 innings pitched. And his fastball, 98th percentile fastball pitch value, which there's some really cool apps now that let you do like savant pages for what's going on in the MPB. Helps you figure that stuff out a little bit. But I think one of the more interesting arms now going into camp, someone who is going to compete with the Zach Kellys, the Watsons of the world, and you know, the fact that he had to accept a minor league deal after 4 years over there is probably not an awesome sign. But apparently a lot of teams were willing to take him in on a minor league deal to give him a shot. So he should get a lot of run. Besides that, Matt Dice, another catcher added to the mix. We have Jason DeLay already down there. Mickey Gasper came back today too.
How did we wait this long to talk about
Gasper?
Yeah, you talk about a day of deals. Craig can't stop making deals.
Yeah, listen, Giovanni Moran and him need a picture.
What can I say?
Hey, listen, former Yankee, minor league Rule 5 pick. Got his first hit last year. That was awesome. Besides that, he was ass. So,
how many ABs, T, did it take? Well, he didn't get it here, obviously. So, how many ABs with the Sox? I felt terrible. His family kept 18? Showing up. His family's like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, come on."
Our son stinks.
It's terrible.
They did see his first hit. 18 at bats with the Red Sox.
That's good. I just felt terrible because they kept, and he seems like a nice dude and good story, all that shit. They kept showing the family in the crowd, and it's like, all right, we got to stop. Like, this is getting sad at this point. It was, and not even just like 18 at bats. Like, how long did that span? It felt like it was a couple
3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was forever.
I'm like, it's not happening, guys. Stop showing the family. Like, yeah, that span from August 12th to September 29th.
Oh.
Like,
way longer than 3 weeks.
It's like a month and a half of them being like, we have the worst son of all time.
So yeah, I don't know what these reports are that we need more offense. T, we got IKF.
We got offense
and the gas mask himself.
We were over here saying we wanted Eugenio Suarez. Like, how about IKF and Mickey Gasper? There we go. Ready to go for this season.
They're calling him an elite defender, sourcing inside of the Red Sox organization. So they're very high on those defensive metrics.
For who?
IKF.
Oh, I knew you were still hung up on him. I just wanted to hear you say
I was like,
it.
is this someone? It's got to be someone new by now. Nope, still IKF.
I'm hearing they're going to release story. It's IKF's bag.
Mm-hmm. I will say I enjoyed the Texas vlog. Those guys all getting the cowboy hats. That was a good watch. That was fun. Trevor Story, say what you want. I know some people don't love the ball player for what's happened here in Boston. Seemingly a really good teammate. Really good teammate.
If you're mad about that from before, who gives a fuck? He made up for it last year.
Some people feel that way. Some people.
Fuck him. I mean, he's got to do it again. But like, we're in a spot now where he hasn't had the opportunity to play more games. So if you're mad at Trevor Story about the first 3 years of the contract, like, get the fuck over it. He had a good year. He had a great year last year. So shut up.
And just the way Roman and Marcelo, like, you see those two kind of play off each other and how they're kind of just magnets for like good clubhouse chemistry. We always heard about Marcelo like throughout the minors, like bringing guys together. And yeah, maybe I'm overreacting to like a YouTube vlog or whatever, but it felt like you could see Marcelo was just at the center of it and everyone was bouncing off of him the entire vlog. And for a guy to do that who's like barely established at the major league level, just probably speaks to, you know, what he brings to a clubhouse and that kind of looseness and confidence that everyone associates with him.
He's comfy. He's comfy in every situation. Like, you've seen pics of him out at, you know, the bars when they were winning a couple games there at the end of September and clinching the playoff spot. But no, Marcelo's going to be comfortable in any scenario. It's just he's got to be out there and playing as many games as possible. Like, obviously, we want him to be as good as he possibly can for the Red Sox, but he's got to show he can get through a season. If he can, I'm pretty damn excited about what he can do.
Jeter vibes to him.
He does.
But like in a cool way.
Yeah. Nothing ever seems like it's too big a deal for Marcelo Meyer. And shout out to the edit accounts on TikTok that keep making the TikTok chicks. Like, that pops up all the time.
You know, chicks.
I see that maybe every other week where a new account does it. So that never gets old. I do like that.
Yeah.
I will say Tristan Gray. I don't know how much they cut out to make sure that like anything with him wasn't involved in the video. You get like one frame of him like walking like with his face out there and then gone. They don't show you any more. Hell of an error for Tristan Gray in a Red Sox uniform.
He's going to be like, I'm definitely better than IKF.
I mean, the amount we've said, obviously T said $6 million. I would like to get a count, Garrett, if you could. You were probably already on that, but the amount that we've mentioned on this show is a lot, but I'm sure there are people around the baseball world like, what? $6 million for IKF? That's got to be the reaction.
I'm not going to name names, obviously, but during the course of the recording of this show, I've gotten text messages from players not in the Red Sox organization, either like in another org or like current free agent, whatever, that are like, I could do it. I could do that for $6 million.
Easily.
Like, he has to be the greatest clubhouse guy of all time. Like, I want him to go in there and everyone is just united.
Does he give that vibe to
Yes.
IKF?
He's described as that. To
he
his
is,
credit.
really? He always seems just like a boring guy to me. He's a big clubhouse guy?
No, I met him in the Pirates clubhouse and everyone, like he was like holding court. Like he was,
I wouldn't have guessed that. I'll take it.
Like, once again, I can comprehend the idea of being like, this guy is a utility player moving around the infield. We like him in that role. And maybe that's how it ultimately ends up if they make a deal to, you know, get this big bat, whether it's a significant piece in Paredes or Hoerner or whatever. But I don't know. Until then.
$6 million, T.
I was waiting on it.
6.5. He's going to hit those incentives.
Their main thing has to be they're worried about backing up shortstop if something happens, but I thought that would be Marcelo immediately. Maybe they don't want to move him off of a position, and like if he's going to start the spring at third, they want him playing third, but you want him to play
third.
You want him to play shortstop at some point, and he's been working out. He just talked about it a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was at Fenway Fest, about practicing it both, and it's just part of the process. And doing that, learning all these positions. I don't know. Maybe they want to simplify it. I bet he'll be an above average defender at second and third. I think short will be a question based on the metrics, but DRS has always liked him, even if it's above average hasn't.
There we go.
Dude, I feel weird. Genuinely.
I've never, out of all, what would you have been like as an adult on 9/11 if this is how you're acting to fucking IKF making $6 million? What would your reaction have been if you were 28 years old on September 11, 2001?
I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. It impacts everyone, I guess, but
this impacts me.
Yeah, I can make sense of most things.
As someone who works in production and does a show, if 9/11 happened but 2 minutes prior, IKF signed for $6.5 million.
He would have been fucking $6 million?
I don't think I would have found out. I think I would have been down a deep rabbit hole.
They're like, yep, we know the attack. No, fuck, IKF, how did he fucking get $6 million out of these guys?
They just got rid of the Hicks deal.
We get Osama, we get it. No, stop. No, obviously not about that.
It's no, Bin Laden, for the money, I would have him out there.
$6 million?
Yeah.
T, man. Feel free to.
We need to get T to bed.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's been a long week.
That will save me.
I'm not going to ask you for a final thought, T. I don't want to know. Steve, final thought?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of complaining about the lack of aura and buzz around the Super Bowl, and it's the NFL's fault. It all starts with media night, Jerry. And media nights suck this year. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this, but it just looked like trash. The lighting was terrible. Looked like they were in a jail cell. I think it was the San Jose Convention Center or something like that. They were showing past media nights, which is one of my favorite nights of the year when the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. I love media night. Used to love media day. Would skip school occasionally and watch at noon on Tuesdays for media day. It was awesome. And you get some of the best questions. Those are my favorite questions. When we get all-star access and you get to ask these guys whatever you want. And it just looked stupid. You look at some of the past ones and the vibes are way better. They're in arenas. The places are packed. And I just hated the presentation this year, and it really looked dumb. So yeah, that kind of bugged the hell out of me. Shout out to everybody that's been ripping Fanatics. I think we're finally reaching a new level of hate for Fanatics. Before, it was always people being like, oh, this sucks. The people are winning, I would say, this week. That Fanatics statement is one of the most ridiculous statements I've ever seen in my entire life. Their excuse basically was the Patriots and Seahawks weren't good last year, so how could they possibly make authentic jerseys in 2026, a full year later? And then score prediction, I kind of wanted to see what you guys think, but I got Pats 26, Seahawks 20. Curious what the 10 has for score prediction.
I've already given mine.
You're going to have to say it.
I said it.
He said it an hour ago.
All right.
Oh,
Nobody's listening
I missed
on this. 31-27 Patriots.
I just backed you up, T.
I know. I know.
I know you can't hear me today, but I did back you up.
I did hear
what?
He said, I'll kill you where you sit, boy.
Fuck you to say to me, McMahon?
I on tomorrow's tape, I said 34-24 Patriots.
Okay. Jerk.
Let's get the Seahawks in a rout.
Got the Hawks 40-2.
24-20 Patriots.
Okay, there you go. Good stuff.
Yeah. 24-20. Final answer. Cole, you have a final thought?
So I'm scrolling X, the everything app, and people are talking about deals, and I'm seeing here from let's say Red Sox payroll, the Hicks selling got them $4 million under the second threshold, but now they're $2 million over because they signed IKF for $6 million. So that's very funny to me.
How much you say?
$6 million. Yeah.
American.
And now $2 million. Oh, so it actually costs more than $6 due to the being over the second CBT because they will get penalized heavier for that. So it's probably like closer to 7.5.
Jeez.
I haven't been this bamboozled in a long time.
It's a good word there, T.
Thank you.
$6 million.
Wow. T, I need you to make me a promise.
Talk to me.
When we're done with this show, I need you to go to bed. I can't.
I got a lot of work to do. Then
I stick to football. I don't need you like crunching the numbers for the Sox tonight. I need you to do what you got to do for 98.5 the Sports Hub, and then please go to bed.
Yes.
Say I promise.
I promise.
Okay.
I know how T talks. I know his tones. That's I'll say yes so he doesn't like ask another question, but he's going to be up for.
Oh my God.
While.
There's going to be at least 5 more tweets about this tonight.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm just picturing like Zoe's notes tomorrow. It's just like, it's going to be like, in Drake May in the red area this year was $6 million. What does this even mean?
We had 8 interviews lined up, but we're starting with Isaiah Kiner for Leffa, and every interview's been canceled. 4 hours. Let it run.
Over under on the anthem, $6 million. What, Tyler? What the fuck are you talking about?
It's like we've got Joe Montana on talking about the Super Bowl. Joe, you ever seen a piece of shit contract like this in all your days?
Let's see.
All right. Bonus pod Friday, Steven.
Yeah, big time.
Me and
Some
Mikey
DMs
gotta go to Sully's on Friday to do a merch shoot. I'm
coming.
assuming you are?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Breaking news. I'll be there.
Oh, all right. I like that. All right.
Got some merch to buy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, for the photo shoot, no, I'm clearing out the shelves, dude. I'm
We're
buying
gonna do
everything
a
in there.
commercial shoot for the website.
Big time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be cool. All right. See you on Friday for the bonus pod. $6 million.
Buenas noches, amigos.